have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of Hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of Hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page.
Wherever you go, you can listen to the news. You can swing with the blues on this wonderful, wonderful station. Just take a lively companion wherever you go. Take a portable radio. Take a portable radio.
Now, here comes the music.
Holy crap, it's Tuesday evening. Look where you are. You are in studio seats. Q Talk America. We are live on the air, and God help us all for Phoenix, Arizona tonight, because we don't know what's going to happen.
We have no idea. No, it could be a scary day.
But the phrase that pays for the entire show, in spite of drinking word, is, hey, would you like a chicken finger? Courtesy of Kat Carlson. She offered me fried poultry earlier before the show even began.
You try and share your snacks, and
I
all you
thought
get
it
is
was great.
ridicule.
Anyway, we're here. Marty's on the way. We've got a live MSNBC feed in
One
the
chicken
studio
finger.
so we can
Let it
monitor
flavor.
whatever's going on in our downtown on this crazy Tuesday night as 45 is here inciting whatever he's inciting. But you're here. Thanks for joining us. Here we go. Whoo!
Probably violence. Probably just
Well,
inciting
I
violence.
think love and tenderness is not really why he's here.
Not on the
I don't
agenda.
think so.
I think no.
Well, they're giving spoiler alerts to what I'm obsessed about this week over your shoulder.
What? Where?
Oh no! Can't see it. It went away.
Oh.
All right.
But it is my
Fair
favorite.
enough.
One of
Okay.
my
We
favorite
can talk
things
about that in a
happening.
minute.
Okay.
But
Anyway.
Anyway.
We are here. Now, Kat Carlson is going, she just handed me a jump drive. That's a very interesting jump. Is it a sway jump drive?
Sure is.
Shut up. I've never seen this. I've never seen it.
You've never had a Sway Events?
No. Actually,
soundtrack?
if I were to look at that, I would have thought it was an eraser.
I know, I did too. And then, like, 2 months later, it came in a gift basket from some event. I don't remember.
So you had it, then you're like, huh. And then
I
you're
was
like,
like,
oh, wait a
okay,
minute.
great. Sway swag.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time when everybody had piles of this shit
I did.
in their house.
Well, that's kind of cool. So anyway, what I was saying was Kat has given me a jump drive full of pictures and or video or something like that from, you went to downtown Phoenix today to see a
Live
little bit.
correspondent, yep.
Yeah, you were. You were literally live. Literally live down there.
where is that green screen when we literally need it?
Right there.
Oh my god, I'm calling that a technical error. God damn it.
Oh my gosh, because that could have been really fun. We could have put like my own pictures up there and then me on top of the.
Here's me in front of me. And here I am. Well, we're going to put something on the screen.
Look how I
again.
made
That's
myself
true.
the news.
Look at
Actually, my favorite sign that, and I had it written down on a different pad and I lost it. The sign that I
something about the comb over, right?
Oh, yes, that's right. You can't comb over racism.
There it is.
That seems fair.
No, and you know, protesters are very clever with their words. I do enjoy the protest signs.
Yeah, they are creative.
Very clever.
It's like a craft day for haters or lovers, depending on how.
Crap.
It sure is.
Well,
Very,
yeah.
very crafty. But yeah, I did. I didn't have a whole lot going on today.
Oh my god.
And so I decided to go down early and take a look around.
Is the file I'm looking for on this called Resist?
It sure is.
Okay, I'm just checking. I want to make sure.
What else would it be?
Well, I never know. Tuesdays with with Kat. I didn't know what it was called.
Sure.
Sure. Anyway, all right, go ahead.
Right. Anyway.
Well, that's right.
Yes.
Now I have video. Damn it.
Oh. Well, I'll give you this
We'll
back
copy
in a
those and
second.
give it back.
I will. That's what I'm gonna do.
So this has been, since Trump announced he was coming to town, immediately all of these events pop up with different protests and marches and things, and they all end up converging as one. And so I think I expressed interest in like 12 different marches just so, to know that to know what was going on.
Right, yeah.
Right? If you say you're interested in something on Facebook, then it's
You better be interested.
Well, no, but then it gives you notifications when people post updates. Mm-hmm. So if you say, hey, I'm interested in this event, and then the event organizer says, hey, here's more details, it dings you with a little notification.
There's going to be Kool-Aid. So then you post that and people are like, oh, I love Kool-Aid.
Fucking love Kool-Aid.
Right,
I'm
sure.
showing up for that.
Yeah,
Only red flavor.
Oh.
Is that what they had?
Not cherry.
Is that what they had at
Purist.
Jonestown?
Not strawberry, but red flavor tropical punch Kool-Aid is the only
What'd
way
they
to
serve?
go.
Oh, who's that cutie? Interviewed in the white shirt. I hope he's
I
on
don't-
our side.
they're-
God damn it, I hope he's on our side.
I hope so, too. I don't know. Are the news technically supposed to be on anybody's side?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, no, I don't think he was a news person. I think he was just
Oh, he
Joe
was just a
Schmo on the
person?
street. Right. Right.
Well, our friend Natalie Coca-Cola, Natalie Cianciola, sent me a message on one of my live chats and said, hey, I see you're representing the Kat Carlson Memorial today, because she saw me on the news apparently.
Oh.
Which is very fun, which I probably just walked in front of their camera because I felt like everywhere I was going, I was walking in front of some news guy's camera.
There's a shot of
So I
downtown
may
Phoenix right
have-
now on MSNBC.
So many people. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
look at that. The people that are listening can't look at that.
No, I understand.
Even
So-
the people that are watching can't look at that. So anyway,
Oh, sorry, people.
so it was in my plan for the day. I
that.
went to the gym in the morning, and then I was going to go down. They can really see that.
Yeah, I
really
know.
well. Yeah, look at that.
I'm not going to put it on the air because I don't want, lawsuits
Understood.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah.
We can't rebroadcast MSNBC.
like NFL.
Frowned upon.
Yeah.
Frowned upon.
Frowny face.
So anyway, it was in my plan. I went to the gym this morning, and then I saw my friend Marissa Hall, who works with 11th Monkey down on Grand Avenue, and said, hey, we're doing this special today. We made all these shirts. Come get one for $10. So I
saw
swung
that.
by over there and got myself a new shirt,
I like.
which I changed into when I got here because two things. Number one, I wanted my brand out there in the street
Right.
because marketing.
That's how that works. God damn it, you're on it.
And number two, I knew that it's 105 degrees outside. I was going to need a clean shirt to sit in here with you fine folks.
Right. That's
You're
fair.
welcome.
We appreciate
Yeah.
that.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you very much.
Right. The rest of me, not clean at all, but this shirt, sparkling clean.
Sparkling.
But I did. So I knew that I wanted to come to the show, and I wasn't going to ditch out on the show to be down there for all that.
Our listener appreciates that.
Right. Yeah. Amina, you're welcome.
Yeah. You are.
But no, I didn't want to miss the show, and I wanted to go kind of take a look around and just be there. Mm-hmm. But I do not want to be there when the Trump rally gets out.
Right.
And those two groups really start to clash, because it was already set up that the Trump fans were having to walk through all of the mess.
Right. Oh.
To
the
get
free
to
speech zone or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. And they had it blocked off, and they did really kind of set up a walk of shame, though, that protesters were screaming shame,
Oh.
shame across the street, because they had to walk like all the way down the length of the whole block before the convention center
All right.
in front of all these protesters.
I know that's not nice.
Shame.
But I kinda
shame.
like it.
No, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was really good. Jenny, you're welcome. I'm happy to be here. I'm here for you, really.
One of the things
Looks like it
when I
started-
was watching your video, I saw because you were doing Facebook Live, you were actually doing some video
Yeah.
shots from there, and I get your notifications, so I'm aware when you go live.
That's lovely. That's pretty nice.
So I was watching it, and it's interesting. Like when you watch these protests in other cities, and somebody else may be live, or it's an actual network camera that's on the street, you just see people. Like you don't know who these people are. It was interesting to me, and I wanted to get what your take was on it. It was interesting to me to see your feed, knowing that you that was there, and being like, okay, I recognize these people. Like, not all of them, but
Oh,
there
it's
were
wonderful
several
to
people.
run into people.
So
that
how?
you see.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's,
absolutely. I ran into quite a few people that we know. You know, I ran into the editors of both the Echo and Ion.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep, they were both down there. Ran into several friends.
Well, did you see
Yeah,
anybody
it's
from the other side that you knew, or did you not even get that close to them?
No, you know, I didn't get that close, so I went down there by myself, first of all. And I'm not, you know, a friend of mine texted me and said, hey, you know, be safe and all that. And I said, you know what, I've gone 38 years with this smart mouth and successfully not gotten my ass kicked
You're
yet.
still alive.
I'm not ready to break that streak yet. So, you know, there was a point in time when there were some agitators like screaming in the middle of this crowd and clearly like just spoiling for a fight.
Right.
You know, and my curiosity got me for a minute, and I was still on the live feed, and then I was like, and we're gonna go, because if you know one person trips on a rock and all of a sudden there's a brawl, I'm out.
Right,
Yeah.
because you pushed me. You
Nope.
fell on your right. I
Yeah.
see.
But you know, I mean, those people are out there, and those people are always gonna be out there
Right. Oh, definitely.
because they love it. They feed on it. They
Sure.
You know,
Who doesn't?
they need that. They need to feel validated. They want you to hit them because then that proves their point.
Right.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what. I think remodeling is going on in the kitchen. Marnie, what are you doing?
I think she's getting ready for the sheet cake.
Oh,
Are we eating it with our hands? I
My
was hoping
God.
so.
Oh,
But
I
I
know.
do
I
have,
hope
I do
we're
have
not-
kind of a snag. Do we have a nail clipper maybe?
I have a bench grinder out there in the shop. Why don't you just go?
Don't think I wouldn't.
Oh, I don't. I would not put it past you.
Listen, I hate it when they snag like
Things
that.
I need to get done while this show's going on.
We can. Oh, that'd be maybe someday we could actually. Well, I couldn't do it because of this, but we could do Manny's in the show. Something
Oh my
just come in
gosh.
and they do the show. We would all go nuts because we all talk with our hands, and we have to touch stuff.
We'd
and
Well,
Probably-
I'd have to have someone feed me grapes.
Would that be so bad?
that's a different show.
Getting the Christmas goose ready.
Earlier, when I was setting up this TV in here and I had MSNBC on, and then they cut over to Rachel, and Rachel says, it was 105 degrees in Phoenix today, or as they call it, Tuesday.
Yeah,
Oh, no, sorry, no, day ends that ends in Y. But I'm like, yeah, she's pretty much got that figured out.
pretty much.
It's a warm day.
You're not going to scare me with 102.
No. If it had been 115,
And bone dry.
come on,
it's,
let's go.
It's actually, as I was saying last Wednesday was 100 and somewhere between 100 and 105. Who gives a
Sure.
shit? At that point, it's all
Same.
the same.
That- right.
Fucking the same.
It's blast furnace.
And I decided to ride my bike to the movies, and it was actually kind of delightful. The breeze on the bike, and rode around a little extra. Went to the movie, got out, went to the grocery store, rode around, and I'm like, with this breeze, it's actually like cool and lovely. Like it was fucking miserable in Niagara Falls waiting for that fucking boat.
Yeah.
But this was like delightful.
And the nights are beautiful.
Right, and then the dinners, the drinking happened, and the bike riding continued into just a beautiful warm summer evening, and the drinking continued. But it was it was absolutely it was just lovely. Like the weather has been very nice since that giant fucked up storm, whatever that was, 10 days ago.
We've had some storms, but I think we're about done with the old
no,
monsoon.
we
Well, no, we'll get a little bit back, but we're getting there.
Yeah, but it was a great grand finale of monsoons last week with all the lightning and the trees down
I'm
and the.
fine with no humidity.
But the fact that the lightning was coming at our building, like all around us.
Around the building, and
Well, no, it's kind of funny because you're used to a storm being out like one side or the other. It's very rare
Oh,
that like
sure.
you were in
a
the storm.
circular
In the middle.
building, the lightning is hitting like all four sides of the building, and you could hear it crackle as it hit the building. Like the speakers, our announcement speakers would crackle every time lightning hit the building, and it was truly spectacular and a little distracting.
Wow.
To be like talking to someone and be like, Jesus Christ, is that an explosion outside there? Like, you know what I mean? Like the
ICU patients are all kind of going like this,
Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, it would light up, and we have those big teardrop windows, or not teardrop windows, but those big oblong
oval.
oval.
I think they call those.
Yeah, but it's a long oval.
They're kind of pill shaped, which is ironic.
Yeah, strangely appropriate. The pill-shaped window would light up like seriously like daytime. It was fucking crazy, but it was out every every single fucking window, and it's just the strangest thing to be talking to somebody and be like, "What the fuck is that?" I'd give one of my real screams, but I'm saving it.
What, for
Gosh, we
entertainment?
appreciate it.
Yes, I'm sure.
For when they start lighting downtown
At some
on
point
fire.
in today's show, Ryer's going to join us, but I think she's actually.
She's doing a cooking
I didn't
show.
know we were baking from scratch in there. And actually, you could have just used cupcakes. They're much easier to deal with, like sheet cakes.
Do we have kitchen cam?
No, I don't have a kitchen cam at this point. Oh, I thought you were handing me a camera.
I was just doing.
I'm like, wow, you are a resourceful bitch today.
Got one of those too.
Oh, you got a GoPro. Oh,
I do. So I took
Wait a minute.
the.
Why wasn't that strapped to your head?
Well, because I don't have a strap to my head thing. So what I did.
I guess
Ask
she
a fair
answered.
question, you have a good fair answer.
So a couple of reasons. Number one, the GoPro doesn't broadcast live.
True.
Number two, I don't have a strap to the head thing. Number three, what I did is I hung it around my neck, and I had it doing time lapse. So that'll be a lot of fun to play with later. So it'll be me just like walking through the crowd the whole time, or it may just be a picture of my arm the whole time. I don't. Either way.
You do have lovely arms, though.
Thank you.
So I mean,
That's very nice of you to notice.
Yes.
Seems fair.
Been working
See-
out.
Wow.
You know, which of us is not?
Good for you. Good
I
for
meant.
you.
Let me copy this over. I'm not sure at what point in the show you want to go through all of these pictures and show people what you've been suffering through, but we can do it.
Whatever
Let's
you
go
like,
now.
it's your show.
Okay, first of all, that's funny that you say that. Ladies, Marnie Ryer's come. Oh, she brought. What did she say?
Sheet cake.
Sheet cake. What?
Donnie John.
Oh, for Donnie John.
Don John.
Hashtag Donnie
And he
John.
just gets away with it because he's gorgeous. That fucking line was so funny.
That whole bit was funny. If you don't know what we're talking about, go find Tina Fey sheet cake on the YouTube and
Brilliant.
Just
just settle in for a good time.
Brilliant.
What
That
is
is
even
a good
funnier to me about it is the posts that have been made for people who don't get it. They're like, well, I don't see how that helps. How does eating sheet cake help? I'm like, that's the fucking point of it.
Right.
I just thought it was priceless.
No, Mary. Cottage cheese doesn't help anything. Sheet cake helps a lot.
What?
Phone charger.
You need the plug that I stole from you?
Oh, well, I got more. Stand by.
Thank you.
I got more. I got stuff.
No, that's perfect.
But you need the thingy. Oh, you don't need the thingy?
Thank you.
No thingy needed, ladies and gentlemen. Marnie Ryer. God, I did not know.
Sans thingy.
Sans.
I know a couple of those.
Yes.
I feel like that's been true since
Ryer without her thingy. Wow.
1960.
Nine, yeah.
My thingy's in a drawer.
Well, I don't want to talk about your thingy ever again.
I thought everybody's thingy was in a drawer.
No wonder she's always shopping for batteries.
Let's look at some pictures. My God.
All right. No,
They
no,
could just be very quickly.
no
No,
particular
they're fine.
order. These are pictures that Kat took today. and
Just
one
some highlights.
from downtown. Now you want to explain what
So
we're seeing?
that's a giant inflatable Nazi Trump.
It almost
Of
looks.
course it is.
It looks like one of us made by the same company that made the inflatable Joe Arpaio that's been hanging around
Well,
America.
That was right next
Thanks
door.
for next door.
That was right next door.
I don't think we have the picture of the inflatable.
But if you look at it.
I may
what
not.
Yeah. It looked the same.
It's a nice young man protesting.
Probably a photographer from somewhere. it
He
looks like.
stopped me to tell me that he designed that sign himself and had it printed.
Oh.
And then gave me a long explanation on how it was the Republicans that were ruining the country, not Trump. And I said, "Honey, I'm on your side. Listen."
And I'm going to walk away from you,
Yeah.
sir. Now I see
Fail.
the
Yeah.
Arpaio.
So that's the Holy Trinity right there. That's Arpaio in stripes, Nazi Trump, and the chicken Trump
No.
Chicken
that came
Trump.
in just
I
for
do
this event. I
appreciate
know
that.
a lot of
IRS
people were
chicken.
asking about
Yeah,
the
that's
chicken Trump.
fantastic.
I like
Chicken Trump was there. I could have touched it if I wanted to.
How much did they pay the black guy just standing
He
in the
doesn't.
background?
They don't. He's the one who. By the way, let me.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. No.
You
So
may
we're
have
watching a feed on MSNBC, and behind him, directly behind him, there is a black guy with glasses on his forehead, and he's part of the. What is it? Something2.com. It's Trump for Trump. Something blacks for Trump.
Trump and Republicans are
that's
not
that-
racist. It says.
But that's that group that even back in the election, all that stuff in the campaign, there was always somebody when he made a public thing was behind him with that Trump, whatever it is, something for Trump.com, the number 2.com. They were part of this whole thing the whole time. And so now again, based on what I've heard and read, he may be compensated to be there. I don't know, but they were in a whole shitload of the campaign stuff. Oh, there it is. Blacks for Trump. Yeah, it's always been his message. I don't know if it's the same guy or if there's other ones that they travel.
Must be the same sign. It's smudged. And,
Well,
you
he
know,
has to travel with it.
Yeah.
Budget
They have a
cuts.
Budget cut. Right.
Budget cuts.
And then of course, all the they're proactively out there selling all the hats today in downtown
sure,
Phoenix. Sure.
sure.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
again,
walked by a stand.
and flip the tag. What's it say? Made in China. Of course.
Yep. Yeah, I walked by the Trump paraphernalia stand. I almost bought a fuck Trump shirt,
Yeah.
which was very nice because it was a photoshopped image of the awkward handshake in the Oval Office, but they photoshopped Obama to be flipping him off,
Oh, nice.
which I liked a lot.
And for those
I
of you
don't mind that at
just
all.
joining us, you're watching out of a regular screenshot. There is a slightly large screen TV here.
Medium size. I call that medium.
We have a live feed.
That's what I'm hoping for
of
when I buy a
MSNB
medium shirt.
of an-
Something that's
little roomy. Yeah. So we have a live feed because we don't know after the orange dumpster fire speaks is when we figure that he will have riled up everybody, and that's when mayhem may
we might have to head for the bunker.
break
right?
out in the streets of downtown Phoenix. But we are safe in our undisclosed studio right now.
You did build the bunker though, just in case, right?
It's really just a large hole in the backyard.
I just brought beer.
Somebody's got to help us. The guy behind him is
Which
famous.
Who?
The white guy.
The black guy behind
Black
him.
guy?
No,
is
he's not.
Yeah, yes, he is.
For what?
I feel like he's a sports player. I feel like he's a football player.
Sport.
I think that's a racist comment.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I thought it was basketball.
Just because he was black
I-
and tall
he
doesn't
looks,
mean.
he looks really familiar.
Oh, I don't recognize him at all. But I don't recognize everybody you recognize.
But yeah, I mean, strangely, after lunch with Karl Lagerfeld a few weeks back, nothing would surprise me.
It's fair.
Okay.
And that little place we were in Rhode Island, there was these people across from. I mean, and the money in this place was just stupid.
Right.
And the people across from us, the one guy was just in this like ridiculous shirt. I mean, not ridiculous, but you could tell it was one of those shirts that was like a $700 shirt. Like you could just tell by
a
looking
Versace
at it. Like,
shirt that's just a little obnoxious.
yeah, it was just too far over with the cuffs, and then it was a guy with this like horse braid, this white horse braid and stuff, and then somebody at the table of like 70-year-olds ordered from the kids menu, like literally ordered the PBJ off the kids menu at this like
There are limits.
yeah,
Listen.
a lot, soft tea.
First of all.
First of all, and a clear defender
Amen
of
to
the
the
PBJ,
PB&J.
right?
Right.
But it was one of those
Let's
things
not
that most
malign.
people would be. I was a little self-conscious to be even in that place, let alone like, can I order after the kids menu? You know what I mean? Like it's a dick move unless you've got the fuck you money to be like, I'm gonna ask for whatever I want here, and you're gonna bring me something made for a 12-year-old.
So like me at Jack in the Box.
Right.
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 Good.
Legit. Same thing. So this guy turns around and I looked at Justin and I'm like, isn't that someone we should know who it is? And he goes, isn't that Karl Lagerfeld? And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that is. I mean, just the stupid hair and the sunglasses and just dressed summer. I guess that's summer wear. It was the
Sure.
weirdest thing to be like, okay, so that just happened.
All right, we're going to continue on
I
with
thought I had told you guys that story.
I don't remember Karl Lagerfeld ever being in one of your stories, period.
No, me either.
Continuing on with the pictorial of Kent Carlson today.
Yeah, so it's really hard to photograph like just how many people are there. And as the afternoon went on, I was down there for a little over 2 hours, and they just kept showing up. And I actually got to see, because the way this was organized is there were quite a few different smaller groups that had started to organize different times to meet and different ways to walk over and all of these things. So I got to see, I think 3 distinct different like large groups start just flooding on in from wherever they had staged. And it's just a steady stream. As I was walking out, it was hard to
This sign makes me laugh.
it was hard to fight your way out from all the people walking in. The sign says,
That's
"Fuck
funny.
Trump for making me protest in this weather,"
That's fantastic.
because it was warm. It was a little warm
Yeah,
out
well,
there.
yeah, 105. Yeah.
Let's see, what does this one even say?
Kid you bad stop. No ban, no wall, no hate, no fake.
I think they don't like Trump.
Yeah.
Carry
Right,
on.
no, they don't. But I'm like, was it a rap sign? What the hell's going on there?
It might be.
All right, and there's another shot of more people. So, the cow with the drums. No, that's, I guess
That's new.
That's
I like
new.
That is new. I
like
think he
that.
came in with. I'm not sure who the organization is, but clearly Native American, and they came in.
Sure.
A lot of them in like full traditional
Yep.
Native American dress.
Oh, like these ladies right here in the
Yeah, there's a couple ladies
in the
standing
yellow
right
dress
there.
there. Gotcha. And then there's another.
What else should we
Yeah.
got?
There's more people, more
More
signs.
people, lots of signs.
Yeah,
And
there's
again,
that.
it's hard to photograph, especially with just a smartphone, and without climbing up all over this stuff. I thought we might appreciate this one. This guy's sign says "Impeach the Cheeto."
That's fantastic.
There's that.
Yeah. Nice old lady just sitting there trying to stay cool with
Now-
her Gatorade.
From looking at this shot, I would think she's crouching out of fear, but is she just
She's really just sitting there on the ground.
resting? She's chilling. Chilling. There's another behind you. There's another live shot. I'm sorry, I realize you can't see this on our feed because I can't show MSNBC's footage, but they're showing live shots of downtown Phoenix where there
They
is
have filled
considerable
that space.
crowds.
Yeah.
Considerable. Now, this is a video that you had from earlier today, and you'll just have to explain. You really had you're a freelance reporter.
It's also a fashion
Well, there's the cow. Only the cow in a wheelchair. With dogs.
Quality film right here.
This is. We're gonna have to invest in one of those things that stabilize the camera for you, so as you move, a slow or smooth or whatever they call it. You get you one of those. If you're gonna do more and more reporting like this,
Well, my arm was getting tired. This is like 4 videos in. So that I could buy more parking. So I really did like stand there and tap my foot outside until 4:01 so I could add more money. Because it was super creepy. So when I first got there, a lot of businesses downtown were closed. So I went cruising down there. It was a proud Sorry, friend. Loop the block. Second of all, there's nobody there. There's like 2 restaurants open, like the Mexican bar and or the Mexican food bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
the-
oh, you're talking in
Like
Arizona Center.
in the shopping center, because there's
Yeah.
a shopping center just north of where all of this is happening. And I walked in there just to look for a restroom and
And
then
Arizona
and wait for the
Center
parking.
always looks like the zombie apocalypse. Just
It's
left.
worse. No, it's super worse because it's all under construction and there was nobody there. All of the
Oh.
businesses had like, printer paper signs that said, "Nope, we're closed. Come back tomorrow."
right.
The,
Nobody home.
The movie theater down there is a great. If you live
I
downtown
love
Phoenix,
the movie theater down there.
no one knows it's there, and you always see a movie
In
alone.
fact, for parking purposes, I almost went to see a movie before the protest. I was like, wait, maybe if I go see like a 2:00 movie and then I'll get out and go to the protest and get my parking validated
Yeah.
and
I
off I go.
I like a couponer that protests.
Budgetary protesting in
Because
downtown
it would have been a
Phoenix.
matinee movie,
Right.
validated parking.
I appreciate it. I think it works lovely. Yeah, there were a lot of. In fact, the Southwest Center for HIV and AIDS closed earlier today. I reposted their thing, but there were a lot of different businesses that were letting out their employees like at 2:00 this afternoon. We're just and like downtown courts, different things. We're just like, nope, we're done. We are out of here because we don't want to be down in part of any of this crap. If depending on what happens, I mean, I'm hoping that Stanton and I've forgotten her name. I want to say it's Williams, the police chief.
Feels good. That feels right.
I'm hoping that all of the people that they have put in place to make sure that things go as smooth. I mean, I would prefer there be no problems, and I hope everything. Because we all have friends here in the community that are part of the Phoenix PD and other people in political offices and jobs and so forth. So we all kind of have a connection to what's going on downtown and right now in Phoenix because of the network that we all are part of. So it's interesting, and we're certainly not the first city to ever have an event like this come to your own backyard, but it's an odd feeling just knowing that I could drive 4 miles and I could be in the middle of that shit. It's just weird to think that it's right here.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah,
So hopefully
it's
it'll all
super
be
close.
How were they? They were doing. I had heard multiple times that they were doing a good job so far. Actually, Stanton had said that when he was on with Rachel at the top of her show. They're doing a good job of keeping the two groups separate. How are they doing that downtown? Or what do you see? What did you see?
So most of the protest seems to be on the Herberger Theater property. So they're on the north side of Monroe Street, barricaded in by those metal great barricades, and then an empty street, and then all of the people walking into the convention center are walking on the sidewalk on the south side of the street, also barricaded away.
So they're basically gapping them with the street.
Yeah, gapping them with the street so that they don't come in groups. But unfortunately, people that didn't plan ahead or didn't really know that parked to the north of the convention center are having to walk like all the way through all of the protests. And I mean, not unfortunately, maybe fortunately. Sure. You know, but I saw a ton of people walking through that you could tell were headed to the convention center. Walking all the way through the protest. You know, one guy, as he walked past me, commented, "Don't any of these fucking people have jobs?" To which I turned around and said, "Yep, fucking most of us."
Yeah, same to him.
Don't you,
Don't
douchebag? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Seriously, like you managed to get out here, but rich white people don't need
Right.
to explain why they're not at work.
We also said there was an older couple that was walking around saying basically the same thing.
That's the same.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about somebody else.
No,
No,
My bad.
same
but
incident,
but
same story.
I do have to say, you're on the wrong side of any issue if you're looking at a protest and your response is,
Why aren't
don't
they at
these-
work?
don't these people have jobs? If that comes out of your mouth, you don't
Go
get the
home.
struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one
When
of those.
there are two of you walking through
Yeah.
thousands of people,
Well, and I'm sure there are
what
thousands
your
of
comeback
people.
is, like,
But there's so many people that you are watching something with
absolutely.
that are protesting,
Sure.
and someone next to you will be like, don't these people have jobs? And they cared enough to like
Come
leave
out
the
for this,
job to
right.
come out for this.
Absolutely.
Like,
Right.
you're seriously not finishing that thought.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those expressions, like, what was she wearing? That just...
And the parade of
Goes underneath
assholes
the fingernails.
just, which is what I've called all the people like walking into it's the parade of assholes, because it was all of these like hyper testosterone masculine white dudes like, yeah, fucking Trump, and I'm like makes my skin crawl.
Well, that's why we were going to go down there, and I couldn't figure out why Erin wanted to, because she has gone radio silent on everything. She hasn't been able to listen to the show. It's for her and for a lot of people, it's just too much.
Yeah.
And the hate and the this and she can't. And so when she said that she wanted to go down there, I thought, oh fuck, this is going to be awful.
Yeah.
It's just going to be awful, because you haven't listened to everything, you haven't seen everything, and then you're going to go put yourself in the middle of it, 10 months later. And for her, that, just knowing her, would not have been a good thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so I kept saying, whatever you want to do, whatever, you just let me know. And that kind of thing would have put her over the edge.
But you know
when
what?
we went to see Hillary, just to give you a for instance.
Yeah.
When we went and saw Hillary here, right before the election,
Oh, which I should have done.
there were
Regrets.
Oh, no, there were people that were there pro-Trump.
Sure.
And it was just a lot of young, testosterone-filled white guys, and then just these girls that were just really awful. I mean, the things that they were saying and their attitude was awful. And they let them in because everyone can come in. Mm-hmm. And they let them in, and they were standing right by us. And it was that, where you have those stupid popular kids that aren't really popular, they just think that they are.
Yeah.
And they're yelling the obscenities and rude stuff, and just to this whole crowd, like, look what I can get away with. The pomposity was just,
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
and she has held on to that.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea of her going down there with things the way they are now, and him in the presidency, no, I thought there's no exit plan. There's no way to get out of this fast enough. And so I was so thankful when she said, I can't go.
Never mind.
Yeah, I just can't go.
No.
And
You know, for some people though, it's kind of comforting. So a friend of mine earlier in the morning was on social media kind of expressing like nervousness about going, right? She's like, I want to go, but I'm kind of scared. And I think I kind of, helped nudge her into going, and I ran into her down there, and she said it was so great. Like, she felt so much better
Good.
being there with all of those people and, running into people that we know and because it feels like the gay community was out in force. Like, good on
Good.
you all.
Yeah.
Good. It's fantastic.
I
'Cause,
would,
yeah,
I
there
would,
were
I would be
homos
the,
everywhere.
I would
Yeah.
be the person that started the fight that caused it all to go fucking wrong.
Then you're not invited.
Like, I can pretty much guarantee fucking it.
Fantastic.
But I mean,
and it's
some
good.
people find that like commonality. Like, it's
Sure.
really scary to look at all of this stuff by yourself at home through
Right.
the internet, through the television. Sometimes if there's action in your town and you go see actual people that feel the same way you do,
Mm-hmm.
that when you take a picture of their sign, they smile and say, "Wait, take another one with this way," or "Don't forget this sign." And you know what I mean? Like, there's that sense of community out there, and that
The
sense
Women's
of like
March.
belonging. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that same kind of thing. Who's going to be where and who's doing, who's
Oh,
going
I
to be
didn't
on the
send you
other
a picture
side.
of the Maxine Waters sign.
Oh, no.
Take
It
back their
just
time.
said reclaiming my time. Yeah.
Right.
There were two different vehicles that I saw, and this was just in the East Valley trying to get back in to town, etc., that were driving with just one too many flags sticking out of the back of the truck and,
Were they
and whatever.
just an American flag, or did they have the Confederates too?
They had the Confederate. That's what I mean by one too many flags
Oh.
were flying, and so that was just seeing these two, and again, very different places. One was out in Chandler, and then one was like 44th and the 202, and just coming in, and I couldn't help it. As childish or or this and that, I'm driving and I'm just like, fuck you. Like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a thought.
But I pretty much do that to every Trump's
I know,
bumper
I
sticker
know.
or sign I see.
But this
I
was
pretty
just
much
kind
shout,
of like,
you.
fuck. This, fuck you, driving around with that shit. Take that. When I was in Tennessee, we took a picture of that, right? And I have a picture because I was like, shut up. People do that.
Yeah.
People really do that. And then now seeing it, I'm like,
I don't put on bumper stickers, so I won't be guilty of any of that.
there
Yeah,
you
I'm
go,
not a
that's
I'm
true.
not
Yeah,
a proponent to a bumper
if
sticker.
you put a bumper sticker, if you see a bumper sticker on my car, that's one of those sausage videos, like me ordering decaf.
We're gonna see Al holding up a newspaper.
If you see a new one on my car, that means we just recently went on vacation.
Uncle Chip.
My
this is
OCD of
terrible.
your vehicle is the fact that they're not aligned properly.
Because I let the kids do
No,
it.
no,
Who gives a shit?
I'm aware, and I have to factor that in when I see your and my struggle to peel them off and fix them. Not peel them off and trash them.
Yeah.
Peel them off and just
Just
align
fix
them.
them.
That's part. Yeah, but no, I
No.
realize no. It's your.
We go into the souvenir shop. I keep track of whose turn it is. I hand a kid a sticker and I say, "Go nuts."
Oh, there's
Have
not
great
a.
time.
You don't have a child lottery of.
No, we try and stay pretty fair
Even?
about it.
I
Yeah, we
see.
try and stay okay. You get this one, you get that one, you get this one. Which is why I usually get about 2 to 4 new stickers every trip. So that's stay fair.
Is there ever a time when you take off older stickers? Like, do you tell them, "Hey, look,
Yeah.
we have to take some off in order to put some new ones on."
If something got
We are
really
so
shitty,
over
I would.
Wyoming. Yeah.
No, I think only if they started to peel apart. Like, there's one. I'm not even sure if it's still there. There was one on my rear window that was starting to kind of flake, and it wasn't a very good vinyl sticker that needs to get filed off.
My new thing now, this is stolen, and I'm way late to the game, so there's not going to be a lot of them. But refrigerator magnets. Mm-hmm. I think those are fun. I think that's a fun thing.
Yeah.
No, but I know like you have them, but like from where I've been, like
Oh.
Sure.
I don't like. What the fuck am I going to do with a postcard?
Right.
Supposed to
I-
send them to people.
I know, and I'm certainly not going to.
I'm not taking my
Who's got
time.
that kind of fucking time?
I will email you a postcard. I am not going to buy
Sure,
one and
sure.
send it to you.
So, and there's like, every once in a while I buy a T-shirt now because I have a couple of favorite T-shirts that I, from like Colorado or something that were soft.
Or the
they
one,
said
or
something.
the one you're wearing.
Oh yeah, my Cat Carlson Memorial
That's right.
VIP.
It's a good shirt.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, but the refrigerator magnet's kind of fun because then you can have all
Reminds
that
you.
shit to hide the fingerprints on your
Yeah.
refrigerator.
Well, that's why I bought the ones from the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. I bought 2 when I was, because I'm not the biggest traveler, so I bought those because I went on this trip. Yes, I have the pictures and the memory, but when I see it on the fridge, I remember I walked across the bridge, and I do that now every single time on the news or anywhere I see a shot of that bridge. I'm like, oh, I walked that far out. I
Yeah.
always think about that.
And I want
Good night, Summer. Good night, Danny.
Oh my
You
God.
guys have a wonderful night. Have a good week.
It'll get a little better once the time change happens and you're an hour closer.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Child
Yeah.
lottery
For some of
sounds
you.
something like the Hunger Games. It
Yeah.
kind of does. We're not the Hunger Games at my house.
But my thing is, like, there's things in cities that you just can't take a picture of, so don't fucking bother. Buy the refrigerator magnet or buy something, to magnet to your refrigerator. Like, there's things that you're gonna stand there like an asshole taking pictures of, and you're not gonna
Right.
get it. You
Yeah.
don't have a crane or a cherry picker.
Right, and that's one of the reasons for the Golden Gate Bridge. For those of you who don't know, is big.
Is big, right? And you know what? Your picture's not gonna thrill us, but the
Right.
professional one you buy.
Good, right,
Sure,
right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I appreciate amateur photography, and maybe there's an angle or a ray of light you've
Absolutely.
captured on it, but come on,
Yeah, come on, we're not
Yeah,
even.
there are
point.
people that spend entire
lifetimes.
lifetimes photographing stuff. I know, that's why like pictures of things like the Grand Canyon, the Golden Gate
Right,
Bridge.
right.
Like,
I don't know if you've laid a lot of
Five
thought to it
minutes.
yet, but what is our drinking word going to be for this evening, Mr. Perkins? Do
Oh,
we
I have
have
it
one?
already. Don't we have a song to play or something?
Oh, I haven't got any audio for it. Do it. Sure. What
Play the
song?
old one.
What? No.
Well, work that out.
chop, chop, Mr. Producer.
No, I wasn't going to do anything because last week we didn't do anything. We just boom did it. And that's all there was to
It
that.
was lovely. Many people are saying they liked it.
Yeah. How about this? Well, wait. How about? Oh wait. What happened to this? We'll just play this one. How about this? Oh, God damn it.
There you go. I like
Well,
Or if you choose.
no, keep with that one. Play the first one again. Because our drinking word is villain.
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
like it.
That was kind of funny that you picked that.
I like
Once
it.
again, our drinking word.
Villain.
Well, we will only
I
go
like it.
from villain to, I guess. Well, maybe we'll do this segment now.
Obsession. Are you obsessed? Is it keeping you up at night? Do you find yourself constantly making references only to be met with blank stares? Obsession. This segment is for you. Obsession. Whether it's musicals, mowers, Motown, Subarus, or Sondheim, it's time to share your obsession. Obsession. With the show with Clayton McKee.
That's good times.
That's a keeper.
Oh my God!
I'm going
When
into
I
radio.
when I heard that the first time, I laughed so hard when you sent me that. It was fantastic, and then I'm like, oh, she mixed it. Like you went through all this trouble. I was impressed.
Oh, I did.
Very impressed.
I did.
All from
Yeah.
a closet.
All from a closet, yeah. All
Yep.
with that's a cell phone in my closet. No microphone, just the native microphone in my closet, and then Adobe Audition. So
Okay.
really good software.
Very nice.
Fun.
Yeah.
So we'll go around the tip. What's your obsession this week? What are you doing? What's going on?
My gosh, there were so many to choose from this week.
Okay.
I'm choosing Gay of Thrones.
Oh,
This is so I watched my first whole episode this week after having watched Game of Thrones.
okay.
And then I was on YouTube and not sleepy, and so watching all the things and watching Gay of Thrones on Funny or Die, that is my new everything. I have to go back. I may have to spend time this winter just watching all of the Game of Thrones episodes and then follow it with the Gay of Thrones.
It turns out they're so beautifully crafted
Mm-hmm.
that you really don't need any information about Game of Thrones at all, or you don't need to review the episode because he gets it done for you.
They're a wonderful, witty summary. Yeah. It's everything that I always wanted it to be.
That is one of my, and I wait, and it's Monday night, and I didn't watch it last night, although I should have, because I was kind of like waiting around for Funnier to Die to drop it, and then
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
Sure,
So
like you
I was having trouble because I was the villain.
Dun
that
dun
piece.
dun dun.
But every single week, that is fantastic. I approve of this message.
Mm-hmm.
It is comical. I've watched a few of them, and I don't know shit about Game of Thrones, which you don't have to
You don't have to.
enjoy what he's doing when he explains everything as with a pop culture reference. It just cracks it. Well, then little Christina Aguilera girl did blah 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 or whatever he says.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite funny.
Jared Let Himself Go is my new favorite. Vintage Mia Farrow. The incest twins, when he used to call them that. Like,
Oh my
just funny stuff.
I believe it.
Baby Kill Bill.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch all of them.
And I forget what he calls Sansa. But he's got a really funny...
I don't know, probably hilarious.
Because it's Baby Kill Bill and...
She could be Ginger Spice. She could be.
He does throw every name out
I
there.
can't
which
think of
enjoy.
what he calls her. But it's another one of my favorites. It just Baby Kill Bill. Just it sums it up. You know exactly.
You know everything that's happening.
All right.
It's lovely.
Marn, what's your obsession been this week?
Actually, kindness.
Oh,
Kindness. Yeah. Kindness on all kinds of fronts.
okay.
You know.
Did you reach
When
out
you-
and touch someone this week with their? I mean, extend a hand is what I meant.
With their, did they have permission? Did you have permission? Like,
No, I was a villain.
we need.
Oh, dun dun dun!
Well played. No, just I mean, today just kind of added to it even more with George and Amal Clooney. They donated $1 million to combat hate groups.
Oh,
I got my rue and the kindness that goes along with that. It was a good week for kindness. We have difficulty with the bathrooms at the house still, and people were like, here's
Try more
keys.
fiber.
here's a bathroom.
Here's keys to come and be able to take a shower, so mom doesn't have to crawl in and out of tubs because she can't.
Okay.
You know, like that kind of thing.
Very good.
So yeah, just good people. So
Oh well,
It's always nice to run into them.
yeah, and it's just in this world of shit
Yeah.
and whatnot with that fuck.
And you know we're really not missing anything because they're talking over him.
oh no, I understand that. I'm just waiting to see the coverage of when mayhem breaks out.
when they all leave.
No, I realize that he's not really saying anything important,
No, he's not. You can tell just from his snarky
and
fucking look on his
and
face.
And
they're
that
gonna-
lady's face.
And they're
Yeah.
gonna
Right,
recap
right.
all of it anyway for the next 2 days.
Oh my
so,
God, yeah.
yeah. I figure we're not. I just want
Wall to wall
If
coverage.
if the convention center is set on fire, I would like to know now as opposed to after the show ends.
I agree. Because I want to make sure that our protesters are safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's, yeah. That's,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't mean to be rude, but the rest of I don't fucking care. But that our protesters are safe is really
Yeah.
all I care about.
Now is that
That's my
right,
kindness.
right over right over his right shoulder in the red hat there? Is that Kellyanne Conway in the long hair?
Yeah.
In the red hat? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure. I just like to make sure. Well,
That's the after.
You don't
picture.
know.
well, this is an HDMI. This is an HDMI picture,
Oh,
so I
that's what
thought
it
maybe
was,
the
yeah.
resolution might be, you know, a
She
little
just
bit.
forgot to
That's
shade
more
it
what
It's
today.
kind of a nice throwback picture, though.
Yeah.
It is.
I was thinking that. I was like, oh, it's like watching TV
I
at
thought
my
it was.
grandma's
I thought it
house.
was Greg Allman.
Her beard looks good too.
Yeah.
I think it's Greg
Yeah,
Allman.
the guy sitting next
actually.
to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're twins.
Oh,
There's two of them now.
I wonder if they're Latina twins, and they're, you know, again, there were several
Jesus.
posts on Facebook. I don't know if anybody else saw them, but I actually tweeted one of them to Maddow about the Craigslist ads that were being posted for people. They were, you know, looking to hire people. Now, the interesting thing is it showed those ads, but I actually had somebody send me a link because I couldn't find them, and they sent me the link to it. And when you went to it, there was no way to contact them back.
Okay.
So I thought that was odd. I would think you would need to if you're gonna go work for them for whatever 12,
That's
15
Dale.
bucks an hour.
It's Dale.
I wasn't sure if the if you had to register with them to be on their roster of paid people, or did you just show up somewhere and they're like, oh, you're here for us, and you get whatever ticket or something and they pay you at the end. I wasn't sure how it worked.
Well-
but there was no way to respond back to the job posting.
Right. There was something that Joseph Gokul put on Facebook about, or someone had put that on. And I don't know if there were a bunch of different ones or whatnot, but the
I think I
one
saw
that,
3 different ones.
The one that he had, he was worried because his brother was going down to today, and there were some different things. And what I read was August 30th and 31st, or August 29th through the 31st, people were needed.
Oh.
And I went, either way, whether it's fake or whether it's real,
Yeah.
it's for different days.
Oh.
So maybe it's for somewhere else, or maybe, you know, whatnot.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if the other ones that you saw had dates on them.
They
But
did, and
this
they were
one
specific
did.
to today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because these were for 3 different days. So that was, anyway, I was
But
just
understand
curious.
that those Craigslist ads are anonymous
Yeah.
and easy to make. I could have made them.
Oh no!
Right, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
that's
we-
why I said when I sent it to the Matt out, you know, because you can do that, send things to Rachel.com. I said I believe this to be fake because there's no way to reply to it. I said, but these are out there, so I don't know if somebody's just stirring the pot or what they're doing. Who knows? But I thought it was interesting. But I truly believe, because didn't we go through this in the campaign, that there were several people paid to be just like these
Well, they were literally
people.
Yeah, they were literally like Screen Actors Guild actors that were hired to
Oh.
be at Trump rallies in the beginning. So
Oh.
there were,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
They were getting
At first
they were
he
getting
was-
they were
scale.
getting
Yeah.
$50
benefits and
for
everything.
$50 a head?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Do you think that
Who's that
like
kitty?
the one down in the bottom left there was going for the lower haired Rose Mofford look, or
Potentially she got the
I
white hair.
think so.
No, who's
I-
the-
on her whole
See the
face.
blue striped shirt guy on the right? Who's the
Yeah.
cutie behind him?
I'm
That
not
boy
sure.
is 7 years old. Settle
Yeah.
down.
No, he is not 7 years old.
For real.
Al, how old's the kid behind the guy in the blue
He's
striped
seven.
shirt?
He's
Wait till
8
he-
or 9.
Wait till he looks up.
He looks like
7.
he's about 17, 15.
Well, no.
He's got shoulders, but no facial hair. So I'm gonna put him in the.
He likes to shave like his father.
No, that's a.
No, he's
that's
not
a,
shaving
that's
yet.
Early
Baby.
teen.
Yeah.
I go with the same theory, and I saw this on Facebook some time ago. Somebody made a comment in regards to people taking their children to things like this, and the comment was, in regards to, I can't believe you would take your. And actually, it was not specific to one of these, but it was in reference to, I believe somebody taking their children to a gay rights protest or a gay parade or something like that. I've forgotten exactly what the thing was, and they were lambasting the person for posting a picture of them taking their kids to whatever. And the retort was, I'm opposed to influencing children too. You know, like taking them to church and forcing them to believe something
Sure.
that they know nothing
Or-
about.
But you don't have. I mean, the people that take
I think the same thing. He shouldn't have that
the people
child
that take
there.
their kids to abortion clinics, and they scream obscenities at women, and you see people with their kids there, and you're like, really? Every once in a while, there's a clinic by me that gets protested, and like I didn't even know it was there till the one day I had to like honk my way through protesters, and that was the very first thing that I. That was the first thing that I thought was like a kid at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
This is what and it's sure make them believe that abortion is wrong, whatever you're gonna do. But it was the like shouting at people that were walking in and just that
Right.
open kind of like the shame, I guess. But
Sure.
it just, except for they're screaming way worse than shame. It's just shitty, you know. But then again,
See, and
they
I
were
find
people-
that to be terrible parenting for a whole different reason. Like whatever your mission is and your message is, children should not be screaming at adults. That's not a thing that should happen.
Yeah.
Well, so the kid sitting behind Catherine Zeta-Jones, that you're commenting on, the 8-year-old.
He's not, how's he getting younger by everybody's
She said
comments?
7. I made him older. Anyway, he's holding a sign that says "Buy American," and then something else, and I thought,
Is it BI? Because I might have a chance.
Right? Maybe.
No, I was gonna say flip over the lady in front of you's hat and see where that's.
Right.
No, right, because they're all made in China, all those red fucking hats.
All right. So
Anywho.
now, I know.
So
now,
anyway,
now
okay,
we're
so-
making
sorry.
people listen to us watch
Right.
TV.
All right,
We,
so you
we gotta
obsessed.
turn that off.
Yeah.
You obsessed over
Obsession.
kindness. We
Kindness.
got you
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
whatever the hell you said. Al, what are you obsessed over?
Thanks for listening.
Well, I've been trying to do something else while we're doing this.
I know, but we got to turn that off.
Yeah, you don't do well with TVs in the studio.
But I'm coming in like first in this
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Well,
Sorry, I just can't even fucking
because
help
it's
it.
your turn
what
to
have,
talk.
what have
I
you
know.
been obsessed? Yeah, it's your turn to talk and you can't talk, which is really fucking you up.
Okay, so I am obsessed with Jeff Flake and the fact that in there's this crazy, fucked up, turned around world, I'm rooting for Jeff Flake.
Yeah, villain.
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 You're here for the
Yeah.
villain.
Like
God, I'm even gonna open that for this one.
I absolutely cannot wrap my mind around the political cowardice of voting 100% with Trump and then writing a book talking about what a
Talking shit about him.
Trump is and how bad he is for our country, but you're voting 100% with him. So first off, villain, this ass clown is doing this whole thing.
If
But
this is how you root for someone,
right, like listen to
doing
this.
it
Yeah,
wrong.
if that's how you root against me.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? So just full on ass clown, this human piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
So he's running for Senate, and he's clearly
re-election.
in thinking
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
running for re-election in the Senate in 18, and clearly has his mind on the tide is turning, and he doesn't want to be in a light purple state running on, see, that's why we got to turn it off, running on the coattails of Trump, because he's going to get blamed for it, and you know that the Democrat is just going to nail him
Sure.
to the cross
Exactly.
on Trump. So, welcome back, crazy fucking lunatic Dr. Kelly Ward.
Shut
Oh
up.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh,
She's-
absolutely.
Oh, we're
She's the opposition.
Right,
we are-
and Trump is backing
well,
her.
so far.
Of course she
Right,
is.
right, right.
Of
So
course
far,
she is.
and she's somewhere on that TV,
Okay.
Well,
and
'cause-
he's gonna bring her up by name pretty close.
She's the
I
one that
assume.
said, like, the minute that John McCain said he had brain cancer was like, oh, you should retire and I
right.
should take your
I should
place.
right,
this
exactly.
bitch just wants an office.
Again,
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah, she
Dr.
totally
is.
Kelly Ward.
Is the doctor silent, or is she legitimately a
Oh,
doctor?
I don't know. No, she's a
Is it?
Give me a second. Somebody's got to Google that. 'cause
Well, I
I-
don't know what she
PhD
really
doctor. She's not an MD doctor.
No,
Well, no, but I didn't know. Like,
no, but I think she's
She's
even
like
low.
Dr. Lorish.
I mean, you can.
I
buy,
think she's even
Slash
lower.
like
on-
she's not really a reverend. She bought it on .com.
Hey, I'm Rev Right.
I understand that, but I
But-
mean, but you.
It's legal.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay. all right.
she's even she's
Stand
even
by, I'm
lower
getting
on the poll than a PhD.
true.
Like she's low.
Right, is she like a vermin
No,
doctor?
but I'm gonna.
Harry.
Does she
Whatever I
analyze
say is
dog
gonna
shit?
whatever I say is gonna get me in trouble, so I have to plead the
Yeah,
fifth. for the
you
rest of
really
this-
should.
For the rest of
You're
this
starting to
conversation.
worry about that now on the show.
Yes. So Flake is running for re-election, and then crazy pants Dr. Kelly Ward
Uh-huh.
comes on board.
She's a psychologist.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
she's-
Really?
She's probably like
She's got a bachelor's in psychology from Duke.
Who?
you remember the psychologist that may or may not have been on this.
Oh, the
Was
lady
he a
that-
psychologist? Was she a
the
psychologist?
No, I don't know what she was. Go ahead.
She was awarded
Was
a
she?
doctor of osteopathic medicine from West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine and also received a master's degree in public health from A.T. Still University.
I mean, I don't know any of those places. That sounds more legit than I was expecting. So, anyways,
She went to more school than I expected her to go.
So, anyways, she is running, and this is the lady that thinks that the thing that you see behind planes, the
The
white
contrail.
Dead trails.
the
Contrail?
trails, is dumping toxins and like secret powders and brain manipulating stuff on the U.S. And she made them investigate it. Oh, look her up, Dr.
You're right,
Kelly
I'm
Ward.
I
rooting for
have
Flake.
not heard of that.
was-
She is a treat. So now they're already running. We're in 2017. So honestly, a lot
Wow.
more people could get in this race. But in the meantime,
We should hope so.
Flake is taking
Right.
yeah, but he's taking the ass kicking of his life a year and 3 months ahead of anything that Trump is like tweeting about him being weak and going
Right.
after
Well,
him.
he's
Like,
calling him Flake the Flake.
yeah, they're like at war. We're this far out. Like more people can join, so they're already beating each other up. Like somebody could just come in and be like, I'm gonna run in the primary because these two just kick the shit out
Right.
of each other, have no
Let
money
them fight
left.
on the side. I'm gonna go run.
When you're running this kind of slander ads, I don't know if you're watching the Arizona TV lately, but they are running slander ads against Dr. Kelly Ward this far out.
Oh, I haven't seen. I haven't noticed.
They're airing all day today.
Wow.
Like a year ahead of an off-year election, there are ads playing on national TV. It's fucking nuts.
That is nuts.
But I'm obsessed with it. So keep your eye on that Arizona Senate race next year, because that's already like turning into a shitstorm this far out.
I have not noticed that. I just hearing her name tossed about was kind of funny. So I was like, oh, well, how is this?
Well,
gonna be
because her,
interesting.
her name was already out there because she tried to primary John McCain
Right.
In 16.
in 2016.
Oh, I did forget about that. Yes.
So
that-
it's barely been a year, because that,
Yeah.
like I said, that primary, because she's not in the
So
general
she's
yet.
got to be extra evil to have that much money to run for Senate in 2016 and 2018.
Right, but the ads on the TV aren't for her.
They're
They're
against
her. Like, that's how much of a threat that
And all the John McCain ones that I saw were against her too.
yeah.
When she was running.
So it's just kind of funny. And remember that her name was O'Donnell, something O'Donnell, and she ran for Delaware.
Oh,
she ran against.
Chris.
I want to say Chris
yeah.
O'Donnell.
Chrissy.
Is Chrissy O'Donnell the one who they said was a witch?
Yes.
Yes.
But remember, she won that primary, and she was the reason why the GOP didn't get back the Senate that year, was because one of the people they put up for a really easy election was a witch.
Yeah.
So now I'm wondering, like, is this Kelly Ward? Are they gonna, like, is she gonna win the primary and then get to the general and be like, oh my god, this bitch crazy? You know what I mean?
This
Because that's
bitch
what happened.
crazy.
Where that O'Donnell woman won that primary, and she ran against Joe Biden for the Senate seat. And I think it was Joe Biden, right? That she ran against.
I don't remember it.
But I mean, she won a fucking primary, and then all of a sudden they're like, she's a witch. It's just
Well,
hysterical.
because she said that.
Right, on Bill Maher. But it
Yeah,
was one of the
I mean,
greatest
it was
political.
fantastic.
But the fact that she had to make a commercial saying, I'm not a witch.
I'm not a witch.
I am
you.
not a witch.
Yeah.
I'm you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm you.
Yeah.
I'm you. No, no, you're not me.
As long as you can levitate,
Villain!
can you
Villain!
can you
She's a
levitate
villain.
from anywhere? I'm you.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
All right.
So my obsession, and I honestly just learned about this today, but it is consuming to me. I think this is ridiculous, but I found out that apparently it's been around for some time. I think it's ridiculous that parking meters in certain cities, and there was a news report that came out today about some city that just launched this. The parking meters, you have to, now fortunately they can take cards now. They do all the other automatic shit, whatever, and you can do an app and you can prepay for parking and all that. Well, now they've got them so you have to enter your license plate number when you park, and if you leave and there's time on the meter and somebody else parks there and the license plate doesn't match, you get ticketed.
Oh, that's
And I
fucked
think
up.
that's bullshit.
Bullshit.
How
That's
many
like winning
times-
the lottery when you pull in, you're like
wow.
5 more
Yeah,
minutes on somebody
right.
else's
Well, because
dime.
it's against the
Yeah.
law to just go down the street and feed the meter too.
Yes.
Did you know that?
That's
But again,
ridiculous.
that is stupid.
Yeah.
If you just are one of these kind people that Marnie's apparently run into of late, and you just want to go dump quarters down a street, who fucking cares? I just think that's asinine. I didn't realize it was illegal. I wasn't up on that.
That is fucked
but
up.
the fact that
Villain!
okay, first thing I thought of was two things. One, not everybody knows their goddamn license plate number unless it's a vanity plate. You know yours, I know mine.
Sure.
Do you know your license plate number off the back of off top of your head?
BDC. I'm pretty sure I know the numbers. I'd have to go check, but I'm.
So no. So the answer is no.
I'm not gonna blast it out to the world.
Well, no, but I'm saying, but you don't really know it.
Look at her being smart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell everyone my home address.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah, but
but
mine's-
still, do
mine's
you know
like a
your license
mnemonic
plate off the
device,
top of your
though.
head?
Is he talking to me?
I'm pointing at you,
Oh.
lady with an attitude, right here.
Villain.
Fellas who are in the groove.
Villain.
There's a world where you think I know my license.
You don't even know what your car is.
Doesn't even has no idea what color it is, what it looks like.
But he,
That's what I was like.
But
wait.
mine's like mnemonic device. The BDC happens to, in my mind, stand for Bob and Deb Carlson, who are my parents. So I'm kind of.
like that's good. Well, I used to have BHP on one of my license plates years ago, and for me that stood for brake horsepower.
that's
Because that's a thing.
because
He has no idea what brake horsepower is. I
was
realize
just
this.
waiting for that
No,
look.
right? He has no
Just
fucking
that
idea.
look.
You're just saying words.
But the fact that like you said, it's like winning the lottery. If you're driving somewhere.
Power, why didn't I drive one over
And
here?
you pull in. Let's say you were like oftentimes there's like a shoe repair place that you were dropping off shoes or something, and you pull in and somebody plugged the meter for an hour,
Right.
And then you pull into one of the spots and it's got 15 minutes left. It's like winning the lottery. You can just
is.
run in, grab your shoes or whatever, your dry cleaning, whatever the hell it is, and you're gone.
You'll pay it forward, I'm sure,
I don't-
at some point.
Yes,
hope.
because I oftentimes will pay an hour to park somewhere, and I don't need that full time, so somebody gets it. I just think that that's ridiculous, and that apparently the city that launched it, and I couldn't find the news story as we were started talking about this, but the city is outraged that how did this get pushed through? Because it's also, if I'm not mistaken, it's an independent company who's doing all of their metering. It's not I'm sure the revenue goes to the city eventually.
Privatization.
But I think that's crazy that you have to stand there and figure out what your fucking license plate is, and it won't let you, you can put your
I feel like
card
your
in
car
and
is
select
right
your
there.
time. Right, but not all license plates are on the front of a car. So you have to walk to the back of the car. You can't. It won't let you even start your time until you enter it.
I am fairly to mostly confident that I do not have a front bumper.
No, they're not.
Well, they
Required.
call
They're
it
not
a-
required in
you-
our
You,
law.
you have a front bumper,
Yeah.
but you don't have a license plate.
I knew midway through the
Yeah.
sentence it had gone off the rails. Villain.
Hence why you don't have a bumper, apparently.
Yeah, I was not using the right words.
Right. In fact,
Bumper attachment.
Yeah, well, a license plate bracket.
That's
There
it.
you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. No.
What's
Because
the
in
girl one's name again?
Because in Arizona, it's not required. Like in Missouri, it's required. You have to have a front and back plate on your vehicle.
California required.
Okay, exactly. Cali's another thing. So is New York? Isn't New York State the same way? Like, does your
I feel like I don't know.
you're so far removed from New York State, from living there and actually having to have a vehicle.
right.
Right.
I mean, for Christ's sakes, you drove home once with lights off because you forgot cars don't have automatic lights.
Oh, it was like 2 days. It was a lovely policeman following me home thinking it was my sister because she has personalized plates. And
Yes,
everyone
yeah,
else.
the lovely
it was
story.
a lovely policeman following me
Yeah.
home to.
Debbie, what were you doing out so late? Your lights were off. I didn't leave the house, officer. And when did you shave your head?
So that's a wig.
All these years, didn't know it.
Didn't know. Oh. Well, I'm with Tina Fey.
No, that's right. Oh, she can eat
Oh,
the
yeah.
cat. Oh, Can you see? You really can't. Marnie, you can kind of see the cake in the shot. Marnie has chosen to take.
Yeah,
hang
fuck
on.
it.
I can. Where is that?
I'm
shot?
looking up at this shit and I'm annoyed.
Oh, you have. You should be. Yes. Where's the damn? Oh, I don't have it. Look at
lovely.
eating cake
Yeah.
together.
I can't imagine how that wouldn't be a pretty picture.
No,
I took 7 of them. They'll be nice.
that's lovely. Well, we've come to the end of hour 1, but before we segue into hour 2,
Oh, that is good. All right. I approve.
I feel pretty confident that nobody is prepared for this, but we're gonna try it anyway. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Headlines on a Tuesday night. We're coming to you live from Studio C. This is the new way we do it. We tease it, then we do it the second hour. It goes something like this. Woman finds one lucky carrot.
Let them eat cake.
Yeah, I got nothing because my computer won't come up.
I think I got the same one. Louise Linston?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Driver forced to jump drawbridge.
Something else that we come up with.
Hey, how Marty feels.
You're exactly right. Not ready. This is fucked.
Back to
Sorry.
you, Bob.
Yeah, something from CNBC.
Back to you, fuckers. Oh, fuck.
No, it won't come up at all. My computer. It
I
hates
feel
this
bad
way.
for you. All right, boys and girls, we will
Where'd I put those damn headlines?
be back for hour 2 right after this. Stay with us.
You're listening to Q Talk America. This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
All right, kids, we're back. It's hour 2. It's the show. This is show 313. It's the 22nd of August, 2017. We're coming to you live from Studio C right here in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona, where love and tenderness is happening right now. Downtown Phoenix, where 45 has just managed to, I'm sure, incite tenderness and hope and dreams in the hearts of all the people wearing hats of his made in China. We're sitting here live in studio with a live news feed. In case mayhem breaks out, we want to know which way they're running so that we know not to go in that direction.
Right.
Oh, my heaven's sakes alive. We got 2 more hours to go. This one coming up right now is our headline hour where we discuss current topics and things we want to discuss. Don't forget hour 3, thoughtful vulgarity. So if there's something you want to discuss, do let us know in the chat room. Otherwise, here we go. It's headlines on Q Talk America. Well, a Canadian woman who lost her engagement ring 13 years ago while weeding her garden on the family farm, well, she's proudly wearing it again after her daughter-in-law pulled it from the ground on a misshapen carrot. I have a picture of said carrot, and we'll go to that picture right there. Mary Grams, who's 84, said that she can't believe the lucky carrot actually grew through and around the diamond ring she had long ago lost and given up hope of ever finding. Graham said she'd never told her husband Norman that she lost the ring, but she did tell her son. Her husband died 5 years ago. She says, quote, I feel relieved and happy inside, Graham said this week. It grew into the carrot. I still can't figure out how that happened. We're going to explain this to her later as to how things happen. Her daughter-in-law, Colleen Daly, found the ring while harvesting carrots for supper with her dog Billy at the farm near Armina, Alberta, Canada, where Grahams used to live. Now, the farm has been in the family for about 105 years. Daly said that while she was pulling up carrots, she noticed one of them looked a little strange, and she almost fed the carrot to the dog, which would have mean that they would have got the ring a whole nother way. But she decided to keep it and just threw it in her pail anyway. When she was washing the carrots, preparing them for dinner, she noticed the ring and then told her husband about it. Well, obviously, her husband, the grandson, knew exactly what it was. So they called Grams and said that we found your ring in the garden, and she couldn't believe it. It was so weird, and the carrot obviously grew perfectly through the ring. Graham said she was eager to try the ring on after so many years. So with family looking on, she washed the ring with a little soap to get the dirt off, slid the ring on her finger, and it went on as easily as it did when her husband gave it to her many years ago. She says, quote, we were giggling and laughing. She said, it fit after this many years. I think that's a cute little story. She lost it. And I've heard other stories of people who, working in the yard, have lost jewelry, and then many, many years later, they find it because they uprooted a bush or a tree, or the dog was digging and they found it or something. But that's the first one I've seen. Carrot grew right through it.
That's crazy.
That's kind of cool.
Bless you.
Super cool.
And now, how was the carrot?
Well, I'm sure it was lovely.
Was it
Did
delicious?
taste
It was
good?
24 karat.
Yeah.
Oh! I didn't even plan
Villain.
that. You're welcome. Villain. Cat.
From puns to pills. Well, police and parents have long worried
Wow, the
about the
alliteration.
dangers of drugs designed to look like candy. The fear, somewhat debunked, is that children would mistakenly get their hands on, say, meth that looks like a lollipop. No matter how slim the chances of drug makers marketing to kids, authorities encouraged parents to warn their children, right? Your kids get of a certain age and you tell them, don't take anything from anybody you don't know.
Don't put everything in your
Especially if
mouth.
it looks like candy or pills. Like,
Don't put everything in your mouth.
right. I know some adults that could stand that that particular advice.
Yep.
We were on a break.
But so with all this in
What were you
mind,
trying to put in her purse?
what do you tell your children or really anyone about an ecstasy pill that looks like Donald Trump?
It literally looks, I'll find a picture. It looks like a Flintstone vitamin.
It totally does. On Saturday, police in northwest Germany came across 5,000 tablets shaped like the head of, quote, the leader of the free world. Now,
Angela?
Yes. Angela Merkel. You're all right.
There you go. Well played.
they stopped a car with suspicious license plates. They found a 51-year-old man in the car and his 17-year-old son headed back from an unsuccessful trip to Austria. Suspicious, the police searched the car, and hidden away inside, they found $12,000 worth of ecstasy pills bearing the face and the name of the 45th United States president. The front of each pill has his comb over
I was saying, is it furry?
and pursed lips. The back
Is it furry?
bears a resemblance to his campaign signs with the 5 stars and a line across the top and the word Trump in the middle. The pills don't bear the phrase "Make America Great Again," but they do happen to be a deep shade of orange.
You might need a little ecstasy to make America great again.
They obviously don't work.
The man and his son were arrested, made their
There-
first court appearance on Sunday.
There, the pills are right
There
there.
they
Oh
are.
my God.
It looks like a cracker. I would eat that. Not because it looks like candy, but because it looks like a cracker.
Because crackers.
Because crackers.
I like animal crackers too.
In my soup. Make me a loop-de-loop. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
That's worry about that now.
Drop the mic, Cat. That's a thing.
Back to you, Bob.
Back to you, fuckers. Back to you, Bob. It's time for the Blackie weather forecast. I do that every week. I think it's funny. Marnie, apparently you're going to your phone for headlines
Well,
again.
I sure am. So, a little Johnny Cash never hurt anybody.
No.
Never heard any.
Man in Black.
They got money, but they ain't got cash.
Well, unless you're a guy who's a Nazi wearing a shirt
Oh, yes.
that says Johnny Cash on it. And then you're going to get your ass handed to you
By the Cash family.
by the Cash family.
Absolutely.
So in '64, right after the mainstream success of Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash risked his career to release Bitter Tears, an album advocating for the rights of Native Americans. This
Preach.
wasn't something that country singers did in the mid-'60s. Backlash from the racist music industry at the time was swift. His record and its single, The Ballad of Ira Hayes, about the Pima Indian who helped raise the flag on Iwo Jima, was being boycotted by radio station managers. So there's a history of Johnny Cash
He's a rebel. Say what you will.
being a rebel, being an advocate, going out and trying to help people. And then you have, tragically, 54 years later, we're still trying to fight that fight, and you have some douchebag show up in a Johnny Cash shirt in Charlottesville.
On the wrong side of history, literally.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. When racism reared its ugly head last weekend, a group of Nazis caused chaos in Charlottesville. Their pathetic little rally that absolutely really left a mark on history by the death of Heather.
Heather Haley, is that correct?
Haley.
Haley?
Anyway, one of the horrifying images spread on TV and the internet was a video of a white supremacist wearing a Johnny Cash t-shirt. Someone notified the Cash family, who were sickened by the association, and Roseanne Cash took to Facebook.
God bless her.
And he would be horrified.
This is just,
There
I'm
you
not going
go.
to scroll the whole
I
thing,
love
but
it.
just to show you, it's from Roseanne Cash's feed herself about the post that they did. I read the whole thing. Go ahead, Marnie.
He would have been horrified, she says, at even a casual use of his name or image for an idea or a cause founded in persecution and hatred.
Absolutely.
The white supremacist and neo-Nazi who marched in Charlottesville, they are poison in our society and an insult to every American hero who wore a uniform to fight the Nazis in World War II. And I love that she then says, several men in the extended Cash family were among those who served with honor. Our dad told each of us over and over throughout our lives, children, you can choose love or hate. I choose love.
I choose love,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fantastic. And so the reaction of simply wearing a t-shirt that, quite frankly, you can get at Target or you can get wherever. But I have this shirt on, and it just says, nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Rosa Parks.
And
Can we find you
Nah.
another seat on the bus?
Yeah.
Nah.
And no, you can't.
I'm good, yeah.
And that would be like me taking this shirt and wearing it to some KKK rally, and you know,
Oh.
what?
But yeah,
I
and
mean,
I say that about any time the people that
That's right, sing it.
the conservative friends that are on that I'm friends with, not I won't say just on the page, but I'm friends with conservative people in real life. And when someone says something, like some religious person says something truly horrible, I want to be like, this is the time where you speak up and say that guy's not speaking for you. Like this is that actual minute
Right.
where we're gonna need your voice to call bullshit on this nonsense.
Correct.
And so I saw some kind of ugly thing that was like, Martin Luther King was against gay marriage. Should we take down his statue? And I'm like, listen, fucker. And it was a straight guy that posted it. I'm like, not in my name. Like, don't go invoking gay rights to marry your Confederate cause. Like, just stop here and now. And he was like, I'm like, when you walk by religious things and like other shitty things because they don't pertain to you, or you won't be associated with them, I'm gonna own this one. Like, no. Do not put this out there and make it look like it's something a gay person said.
Right.
Like, shut that shit down
Yep.
this minute. And luckily, he was in theater, so we know some gay people.
Oh.
He got some taken to task, and villain was all I could say.
It's sharp.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Thanks.
I love it. And
Brevity is the soul of wit.
villain.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Need some
I like
more.
it.
When are you gonna find your soul, friend?
Luckily, the danger of homonyms got you there.
Interesting.
Because I've always wondered, is it the soul, like the heart and soul of wit, or soul, like the only thing good about wit is brevity? So that quote always,
Oh,
see?
understood.
Yeah.
Either way, when you gonna find
Yeah. Or brevity.
Yeah, when are you going to
Fuck-
find brevity?
Yeah, fuck the rest of the sentence.
That's where I was going with that.
You know, if you
If
would,
A equals B and B equals C, then A
now
equals C.
Yeah. Oh,
There
I got
it is.
I got see. Thank you for math.
Back
Okay.
to you, Al.
So
we would have only been on the air for 3 years if you would have been on the show. But because of you, we're here for 5.
I thought I like that you think I took up just slightly more than half.
It's a conservative estimate.
It is.
Sure.
So multiple Browns players kneel during national anthem versus the Giants. A number of Cleveland Browns turned heads before their Monday night preseason game against the New York Giants at First Energy Stadium, of course, named after some energy drink. As
Apparently the first energy.
a large portion of the team knelt during the national anthem, many had their backs to the field. According to blah, 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 several players were among the players kneeling before the game. Although, and this is kind of like giving John McCain credit, but it is slightly noteworthy. Seth DeValve is the first white player to kneel during the anthem, according to reports. Like there's a white player who's joined the fray, as the quarterback placed his hand on the shoulder of the kneeling players, but he didn't kneel himself. And there's a big movement now about Colin
Kaepernick.
about his jersey being the #1 seller. The fact that teams don't want to hire him because they're saying he's a distraction.
Right.
But the fact that it's turned into a movement, and at what point are they like, yeah, they're all doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of fallen.
Just shut it, because the NFL is never going to shut down their shit.
But what faster way are you going to get to that white, homegrown tribe in the middle of our country that's sitting there at this shit kicker kind of bullshit than realizing that the NFL players are kneeling and are like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
That's who's going to get those people's attention.
Well, that-
when
between
you
that or-
interfere, when you
Fucked up.
interfere with NFL or NASCAR,
I would say,
people start
I
listening.
was just going to say NASCAR drivers need to do that, and then the whole fucking world will stop.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things where, and it's become not just one person, but when like a bulk of the team, and if you look at the pictures, like it's growing.
And that's a good thing. So back when all of the football headlines that you could find were about assaulting women,
Right.
hence I began my one-woman boycott of all things NFL going into the 3rd season. Yeah, real proud.
Inadvertently joined last year.
Had a girl.
Found out which bus I was on and left.
I feel like I remember thinking at the time that, my God, if we could just get the NFL to change their voice about domestic violence and about women's rights, like the whole country would change. If we could just get
Yeah.
those fuckers to change. So maybe good things will come.
Yeah.
Maybe I was right, and that would be amazing.
If you're opposing the NFL, and I'm asking for a friend,
Yeah.
if you were opposing, do you have to oppose the halftime show too, depending on who it is? Because I don't really give a shit about the rest of it, but there's 15
Really, you're
minutes
only
I
looking
really
at the Super
need
Bowl.
once a year,
So-
typically.
Yeah.
Right. So the concert that happens in the middle of the Super Bowl, I feel like is a notable exception if someone
Because I'm there for the performer.
if a
It's for the
current
theater.
or past gay icon is up there,
Okay.
you're Beyonce, you're Gaga, you're Madonna.
What about
you're
a
Cher,
future gay icon? You don't know.
You're
Have,
Britney.
have we alerted them that Cher needs work? Because I don't think she's ever done the halftime show.
Oh my gosh.
I know, which is not okay.
Alert.
I don't know.
We should get her out there.
We should work on
Gay Mafia. Gay
Right, yeah.
Mafia.
Gay Mafia.
See, let me call her.
If the NES could please contact the Gay Mafia.
I'm going to call
Play this
RuPaul right
part,
quick.
yeah.
Rue, are you there?
Are you there? Can you
Ru,
turn
can
the
you
gay
hear
down
me?
just a
Yeah.
little bit? Oh, got it. Turn down the gay.
But yeah, that's kind of happy news
I think so
in a
too.
weird way. It still doesn't get me off the boycott, but
No,
good
no.
on them.
What will get you off? Can you just stop for just a second and interrupt? I know we never interrupt the show. Al does. I don't. What's going to get you off of the NFL boycott? And can you do it in like 20 words or less?
Nothing.
Brevity. Got it.
No.
A driver was forced. We're going to move on then.
Oh, those people look angry. Look at
Well, they
that.
all should.
Well,
Carry
they
on.
all should.
They all
because
should.
He's a moron.
A driver was forced to gun his engine and jump a drawbridge that began rising as he crossed it with his family in the car. Terrence Nafis of West Deptford Township had paid the toll to cross the Middle Thoroughfare Bridge with 3 family members in his vehicle back on August 1st. The bridge links Cape May and the Wildwoods near the Jersey Shore. As he was crossing the steel grate, it began to rise 3 to 6 feet because a vessel obviously was getting ready to go under the bridge. He says, my wife said, I think the bridge is opening, and he accelerated, of course, and we landed, he said, across the divide of the bridges on the concrete side with a big thud. Police said that the landing caused minor damage to his vehicle. However, no one was hurt. Authorities said the operator of the bridge was to blame for the scare. An employee for Cape May County Bridge Commission stated that a large vessel was approaching the bridge and they had no contact with the vessel due to the radio being down, police said in their report. The bridge tender told police he activated the bridge lights and gates in anticipation that all vehicles would be clear. However, he wasn't sure because of the sun glare. In fairness, the driver of the car had paid his toll to cross the bridge, so they were completely in the right. Terrence was quoted saying he will never cross that bridge again.
That I don't know why.
Come on.
He's being dramatic.
But I mean, if you're gonna Duke Boys your way across a
Right.
fucking bridge,
Hang on, Bill.
come on, right? Boss Hog's behind us.
I've seen that on TV
Right.
100
I love
times.
That
it. I
always
love
works
it.
out.
I've always wanted to do it. In fact, when I was in high school, there was a street that was kind of a steep hill and then leveled out for a minute and then was a steep hill again.
Okay.
That we used to like literally go launch our $500 vehicles off of and just yeah,
500.
bounce down the end of it. Well, because we're in high school.
Oh no, I understand. I understand.
My first truck was towed home and we had to fix it before we could ever drive it.
Oh, but prior to your owning, it was already injured.
It
you
was
towed it
already
home.
fucked up. My dad came home. Yeah, right. So my dad came home. He says, "Hey, I bought you a car." I said, "Oh my God, that's amazing! I can't wait to get my license in 2 weeks." He said, "We got to go tow it home. Come on."
Because we got 2 weeks to fix it.
I'm gonna
What?
show it home.
What was wrong with it? Just out of curiosity.
We had to rebuild the carburetor and the brakes were all seized, so we had to.
No, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay, good. Otherwise, was it a good old vehicle?
It did the job and it launched right off of that little hill. Scared the crap out of all the people that were in the bed. That's for sure.
Well, sure.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It was the 90s and we were unattended all the fucking time. That's what happened.
Good times. What is your next story, Kat?
Speaking of unattended,
Segway City.
perhaps now I know that this news has been eclipsed by today's events.
Yeah.
But there was an eclipse on Monday.
Heard about it.
Heard about it.
Yes, and I want more info.
Saw it.
Why? Because
Well,
there's not enough out there?
No, because I was working and sleeping, so I really
Got it.
you didn't get to
it
see any.
eclipsed me.
Pun intended.
Interesting.
I could only find pictures of
Well,
the eclipse.
Despite you might have remembered last week there were a lot of warnings to not look at the sun.
I know that.
Don't look at
pic-
the sun.
Yeah.
Don't look at the sun. Don't look at the sun. Our president decided to just go ahead and fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody must have whispered to him Obama couldn't look at the sun, so he's like, "Fucking watch me."
I can look at the sun.
And Tucker Carlson made him like a national celebrity today because of it. Or yesterday.
So this is just a public service announcement right here. Despite all the warnings about looking at the eclipse without safety glasses, some people may have been tempted, the leader of our country, to defy scientific advice and sneak a peek. Don't feel bad. Again, even the president did it. But staring at the sun for even a short amount of time without the right protection could have damaged your eyes.
Duh, like bring some beans.
Oh my God.
That's what that picture says to me.
Actually, he's just trying to get more sun. Really, he just wanted. It'll make me more orange.
For crying out loud.
As it turns out, staring at the sun,
Big
even for
bang.
that short of amount of a time, without the right protection,
Makes
could have
you
damaged your retinas permanently or caused a
stupid.
specific type of blindness called solar retinopathy.
Hmm.
You were warned. There was plenty of advice leading up to it. We all heard it 100 times. Don't look at the sun. Don't look at the sun. Don't look at the sun. Don't look. It's funny that you have to tell people to look at the sun. You know, I talked to my mom on Monday.
Do you
Did she know-
often go outside and just stare at the sun?
I
Yeah,
don't.
I thought
So
that was
here's the thing about staring at the sun. Number one, it hurts to do it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It does, like it's hard to do. If you want to look, go ahead, go outside and look at the sun. It fucking hurts. You can't
Yeah.
do it.
And on the list of good ideas, it's never been on it. It's
Yeah.
not just as general. Don't look.
So to those of you that were sharing the helpful advice about keeping your dogs inside because they were about to look at the sun,
Right.
your dog doesn't give a shit about the sun
I
either.
thought the
point.
same thing
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, you know how they keep the cows in the pasture from looking at the sun during an eclipse? They fucking don't, because cows don't look at the sun.
They don't care.
Dogs don't look at the sun. No one looks at the sun except for us.
Yeah.
Right.
We're the only.
Well, the minute you tell us not to do something,
Right. Yeah.
We're the only species
touch
on
it, don't
Earth
touch it, don't
that
touch it.
actively and consciously acts against our own instincts. We're the
Yeah,
only species
right,
on Earth
right.
that does it.
Well, if it hurts
At
if
all.
you do that, don't do that.
right?
Right.
But I gotta do it.
But yeah,
I want to touch the stove a second time.
Does this smell bad to you? You know, that kind of thing.
However,
Villain.
to save you from WebMDing your own blindness, I'm going to do it for you and add.
Oh.
I'm going to add to your obsession
Wow.
of am I going blind?
By the way, disclaimer: Kat is not an actual doctor, so this is not
Nope,
medical
just-
advice.
Just
Not
reading
even the Cully Ward
reading
kind.
it off the page so that Al
Sure.
can do the let them eat cake story. That's literally what I'm doing right here.
No, I left that for you.
No, you're doing it.
Oh my god.
So, write a little checklist if you have any of these
I'm gonna
symptoms.
write these down. Okay, go ahead.
Symptoms you're looking out for are blurriness,
Oh.
a blind spot in your central vision,
Okay.
or a decrease in vision in which you notice an inability to read something you would have been able to read before the eclipse.
Oh.
There's no way to know that.
Alright.
There's no way to know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's now the damage to your eye is not necessarily a burn, but the heat and the light of the sun could have caused a chemical reaction that permanently changes your sight. By the way, it's not a burn that's going to heal. You fucked yourself for life.
Were you always a boy?
Were
just checking my vision.
Were you?
You know,
Fair question.
as I told a lady last week at the car wash who like called me sir and then was apologizing profusely after I spoke and was clearly not a sir.
She saw your chichis.
I finally,
Chichibobos.
I'm not sure what put her over the edge, but I finally looked at her and I said, honey, I looked in the mirror before I left the house. You don't have to apologize anymore. I know what I look like.
This is how I
Settle
dress
down.
every day.
I did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Did this on purpose.
That's
Justin
Alright.
Bieber incognito over there.
Anyway,
I've been wondering where he was.
Yeah, here.
wait, I gotta wrap this up.
In plain sight.
That's why. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why he cut his tour short.
If prior to that distraction, you heard my list of symptoms and are very, very worried, here's what you should do.
Oh.
And here's what you should
Write
know.
these down too.
No.
If there is damage, it might just get better.
Maybe. Yep.
That's an important part of my theory of nursing.
Sure.
The body heals
It
itself.
might just get better.
Do you need Windex?
If you previously had 20/20 vision,
You don't know.
maybe you'll have 20/40 now. Nobody can tell. If you think there's a real problem, please go see a doctor. Right?
Yeah, that seems
Please,
fair.
like
Right.
actual real advice. If you think you have a real problem, please go see an ophthalmologist.
Oh,
Tell them you just-
ophthalmologist. Okay.
well,
Be
you
clear.
could go. You
Well,
could go
go
to the
to any
fucking
doctor
ER
you
for
like
eye
to,
care,
yeah.
right?
I don't know if a vet was going to be able to help or not. You said a doctor at first. I was
Sure.
like, well, any doctor.
Yeah. Really.
Okay, but
A
the
veterinarian might be able to get you through
I
the
like
first
the
steps.
specifics of the doctor.
Those animals
That's
have
true.
eyes.
It's good.
An ophthalmologist is a specialist in the field of eyes and
That is
vision.
good to
Okay,
know,
okay.
ladies and
So
gentlemen.
he or she might be
Shit.
the best prepared
Okay.
to help you with this issue. But if a veterinarian is the only person you can get to, go see the veterinarian by all means.
I don't know where you live.
Absolutely.
I don't want to judge where you live.
My gosh.
Is your
I
vet
mean, they made it through all of
also-
season 2 with just a veterinarian of The Walking Dead. So I'm
Right.
just saying.
Is your vet also the history teacher at the high school and also
Sure.
works part time at the Piggly Wiggly? Then go see the vet.
At the
I
pig.
appreciate the Piggly Wiggly.
Who doesn't? You have to
do.
make a run down to the
Did he
pig.
specialize in animal husbandry? This is your fella.
I like it.
That's-
And that's
One of my probably my favorite phrase in the whole English language.
Animal husbandry.
Because it's. You can go
I thought
follow-
lesbian bed death was up there too.
Now that's just something I'm inquisitive about.
see when
Animal husbandry, no questions, just a fondness for the phrase.
when two ladies don't like each other anymore, but they want to keep living together.
Is that lesbian bed death? Is that really it? Okay.
Thank you for explaining it to me in a Dear Johnny sort of way. Marina,
Back to you in the studio.
It's just too inconvenient to move.
Lady
so
with a
we'll
cake.
just stay.
Cheaper to
with-
keep her.
Oh, I like that. The
That's
U-Haul
not
costs
bad.
more than her she's worth, so I'm just gonna. all
oh, haven't we all said that?
Oh,
right. Yeah, exactly.
Ship the head
fairly
separately.
True.
It's the most expensive
Yeah.
part.
Marnie, you have a story about U-Haul? What?
No.
Okay.
No. So when you get married,
When two people love each other very much.
Very much.
or in this case,
Not?
not really.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There might be, there's a shotgun wedding because someone's pregnant.
Is that what happened to me?
I
All right.
believe. And then there's a handgun wedding.
What's
when the bride pulls a pistol from beneath her wedding dress and fires at her new husband during an alcohol-fueled argument.
At the wedding? During
it
the
was
wedding?
just after. It
Oh,
was
just after.
I'm gonna guess. Wait, I'm gonna go with Florida.
Kentucky?
Tennessee.
Oh, we were close. we
Super
were
close,
there. Yeah.
super
All right.
close.
All right. All right.
in Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Is that near Bowling Green?
No, it's right outside
Well,
Nashville.
it's by the at the Clarion Inn. Is where
Oh,
this
they was at the
happened.
Clarion?
The Clarion Inn Motel.
They got
Yeah.
a point system now.
Well, they're not welcome no more.
It ain't a working.
Oh. So the bride,
No, you stay 5 times, you get 1 free. That point
Oh,
system is good.
I like it. That's only.
Oh,
with the
are they
red
with
light.
budget?
They might be.
No, they're the Clarion Sleep Quality Inn.
Oh,
they're
those
those
sleep,
people.
those sleep eight sleeps. What they called?
They're
The Super 8.
Them people. Are they in that?
I'll find out.
Because let me tell you, as a frequent traveler, you're safe in a Super 8.
You
They're
think?
kind of nice. The beds are super comfortable.
They're going to leave the light on for you.
They might.
No,
They
but those
might.
beds are
That was
super.
Motel 6.
If you're on a road, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Super 8 does not. That's why
But-
they're super.
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
Super.
I was conflating.
Super.
I can
My-
say if you're road tripping and that's your choice, you just pull right in there with confidence and mention my name.
Oh my God,
Right in
Super
there.
8 is part of the Wyndham Hotels family.
Oh,
there you
well.
I believe
There you
the
go.
children are
They're
our
the
future.
bottom
That's
rung
why.
there.
So what else happened in old Murfreesboro?
Well, the bride was arrested.
Sure.
Because she allegedly, pulled this gun out from beneath her wedding dress and fired it at the groom just hours after they tied the knot.
And she shot a white person. That's got to be illegal.
Well,
in Tennessee.
in Murfreesboro.
In Tennessee, sure,
Yeah.
damn right.
Well, they were mid-argument outside that Clarion Inn Motel.
They were mid-argument.
Yeah, when she allegedly pulled that
Oh, wait,
trigger.
looky here.
Oh, what's happening?
That's live right now outside. There is some.
Why is there so much smoke?
Well, that's exactly my point. What's going on? What hath
This is
happened?
breaking news, folks. We've been distracted by our own television
By our
feed in
TV
our city.
Live,
They look fine.
live coverage. Oh, they brought a dump truck
No.
from
Somebody
So
lit
New York.
it.
the dump trucks were all out there. They were using those to block the streets
Oh, of
so
course.
that people couldn't drive cars through the crowd.
But it makes Trump feel at home because I like that in front of Trump Tower.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're just now. It's peaceful.
Well, but what's the smoke for?
I-
I'm trying to figure.
And the gas mask that the cops are wearing.
Yeah, I think we've got
I
something
think
going.
they're
That's
gonna
just good
pepper spray
planning.
some people
Oh,
later.
a supervisor has arrived. Oh, look at that.
Oh boy.
Well,
All right.
well.
got it.
Well, back to Murfreesboro.
Back to Murphy, where shooting was happening.
Yeah, back to Murfreesboro.
Okay.
Got to get my phone prepared again. Anyway, this the bride, Pritchard is her last name. Well, now, who was still in her wedding dress
Just
when she
from-
was arrested.
Yes.
Like you do. Well, she pulled out the 9mm handgun and pointed it at his head and then fired it. Like she wasn't kind of fucking around.
Is there? What's the reasoning behind
Well,
this? Slept with her husband,
apparently,
former
they-
husband.
Well, they neither were real cooperative with things. They'd been drinking. There was, some, like I said, some arguing going on, and they were denying actually that anything was amiss.
Oh,
Sure.
Albeit the gun, albeit the gown, didn't matter.
Yep.
it was
So-
all good except for the bullet in his head.
Well, except that was
Villain.
Villain.
It's
That
your
was
fault
the,
for mentioning it because he doesn't know.
Here's the problem. This bitch decided she was gonna do that, and it wasn't loaded.
Oh,
Gun wasn't loaded. Why are you wasting any of our time? Shoot the prick. Like, if that's what you're going to do, why do you have an unloaded 9mm?
gonna make threats. Come on.
She's
Follow
like
through.
She's like little Kill Bill.
Okay.
Isn't there a bride section of Kill Bill?
Well-
Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
She
Yes.
tried to like hide the gun before the cops came, and I mean, really, apparently this honeymoon was over. The husband said.
Before it began,
He told the cops that. He's like, this honeymoon is over, and I'm mad. I'm mad about it. Anyway, she was.
Mad as hell.
I'm mad, and I'm not gonna take it no more.
right?
Right? And so she boasted on Facebook that she had this tattoo, and it was about property of J-Rod, her soon-to-be husband's nickname. She was all excited about it and everything. So, like, you'd think that this was love. You get a tattoo with somebody's name.
Well, sure.
It's a big deal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then just weeks later,
You shoot him.
you have an unloaded weapon in your panties? I don't know.
But
that
you
that's
said
what
she
they
was
were.
still in her wedding dress, literally. Like they
They went
Minutes
back. They
had
were
passed.
well because maybe she was pissed that their honeymoon was at the Clarion Inn Motel. I don't know. It's not something to not
It's
be
not a
mad
Super
about.
8.
It is not a
on
Super 8.
Murfreesboro, maybe the top end. You don't know. Could be just the pinnacle of what they can do.
Well,
be.
don't forget,
Could be.
here in the Phoenix area, for a
Yes.
brief minute or two, the Holiday Inn Crown Plaza
Yep,
was
The Crown Plaza.
the jewel in the crown of Phoenix.
All right. Well,
You had to go to Scottsdale to get something fancier.
fair point. But I say go big or go home.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
Yeah,
bring a
they're-
gun to the card fight
And if your
or whatever,
first
bring it
argument,
loaded.
if you're brandishing a
even a
weapon
phrase?
at the first post-nuptial marriage,
Argument.
and
It's your
not
first
it's not
argument.
looking good.
I don't think this
Wait
is
till he
going to
lives.
last.
Wait till he leaves his seat up.
That's
That's a capital
Wait till
Now,
offense.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
gun wasn't in trying to force him to have sex with her, was it? Like, is she an ugly woman?
Was that
She's
steak
pre-
tender?
she's party to somebody.
Wait
in
a
prison.
minute. Wait.
What?
So I tuned out to try and figure out what's happening in the streets, and I come
Yeah.
back
If you miss a little, you miss a lot
to
here on
an
the show.
ugly woman
was
trying
a
to force her
pretty
husband
woman.
into bed
No,
at gunpoint.
Ever
What-
happened to you?
Where did this story go?
I don't know.
What happened while I
Well,
was
listen,
gone?
really, the last thing that we know was that she posted $15,000 bond.
Oh, 15,000?
$15,000.
That's a lot of
bond.
money.
That is a lot.
Well, it was a gun.
For Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
and aimed and shot, but
Is there an
you know,
annulment?
there could have been there. What was that guy's name on that show? And he was shot with a gun that didn't have anything in it. Eric something.
Eric, the husband?
No. On that show, remember, like when you can't have a gun that
Don't bring
just
it-
because it's not loaded doesn't mean you can't die, right? And there was that Eric.
But you could throw him at it.
Oh
Something,
no,
something,
right, but
and
I'm
it was-
thinking of what's his face from The Crow.
Yeah, no, not Lee, Brandon Lee,
Bruce Lee.
Brandon.
Oh, his
Brandon-
son.
The one from
Brandon
the crow
Lee.
that died.
Yeah.
He got
Dead,
killed by
still dead.
by something that was in the gun.
But there was like Eric, and he had 3 names.
Oh yes, and it was the first
John
season of the
Cameron
show.
Swayze.
No, it was the first season of the show, and they had to replace him like
Yeah,
What show?
right away. It was a like a
Like Go
copper
Back
kind
in
of show.
Time. It was something with Go Back in Time, and there was a little Jewish kid on it with really curly hair. That's all I remember.
And he
Wow.
the actor was killed by a gun with no bullets.
A
No.
blank or something.
No.
I remember.
No, he was.
It was like air. It was something with the air, and it was at his temple, and it was enough that.
Oh.
It caused him to die. He did have 3 names. You're right. God, I hate when I know.
Oh
what
my
you're talking
God.
about.
Anyway,
We'll
I
figure
just.
this out.
But yeah, so I mean, maybe that's why.
Oh, that's
but-
right in front of the Herberger.
Yep.
Those are
Yeah,
the, those are the
those are the-
statues.
Those are the.
No, I was there all day.
Yeah, the naked
Yeah.
statues in the front. Well, they're.
Oh, can I tell you how bad the litter is troubling me?
I know, me too. That's
Oh
all I
my
can
God.
focus
Well,
on.
they'll
I'm
be there
like-
all night. Now, what does she say?
I know you're all gonna beat each other up later, but could you just pick up your trash?
Could you
first?
seriously?
We
Just
wouldn't-
take a moment.
give a
And,
hoot.
and
Don't
how
put
do
it-
the planners not know to have extra garbage cans down there?
Well, I don't think that's it's the least of their worries.
But they should have
Well,
had
now
that.
their worries are tear gas
Yeah.
and pepper spray.
Well, but by morning that'll all be cleaned up because
Thank goodness.
I'll tell you why, and I don't mean this in a smart ass way.
Mm-hmm.
You know why it's going to get cleaned up? Because the people that those whites are all bitching about being in this country have those jobs, and they will go in at night and they will clean every
yeah.
fucking bit of that up because the white people don't want to do it. Well, hi, sir.
No.
I think
Anyway.
okay. Now we're going to hands up, don't shoot.
What? I don't understand what's happening then, Kat.
That is that's a hell of a way for Herbert to tell
here's what
sell
I've
tickets.
got while we're just talking about watching a TV. Local news has been doing kind of a play-by-play. So during Trump's speech, he hinted at a future Arpaio pardon by saying, "Believe me, Joe, you'll be fine."
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's that. Then he talks shit about the senators. Nobody cares. Speech ends. And AZ Central says that at 8:38, gas grenades started being thrown by the police after some of the protesters were throwing objects at officers. So somebody started throwing shit at cops. And
From our side?
well, that's what this says.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I don't know.
Right. That's
It
what I
could have been
meant. I
anybody.
just
It could have been the asshole in
Yep.
the cowboy hat that I was live
Right,
streaming earlier today,
Yeah.
looking for trouble. Like nobody knows.
Yep.
But hopefully, all of our friends get the hell out of there.
Yeah. Just get out.
Go home. Everybody, just go home now.
Okay. Al, you got your.
Oh, and now fire fodder trash cans get lit on fire. God, did I just
Oh.
rhyme? So that's a good
That's a
point to
good
make.
point.
So we literally have a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Evil.
Was never looking for that to be literal.
Villain.
Villa, I'm sorry.
Yes.
There was
Villain.
a V.
Same.
Okay, so now we have our own Marie Antoinette, as you said. So the Secretary of the
Secretary of the
Treasury,
Treasury.
his wife, who is an actress from Sweden, Switzerland. Where's she from? She's foreign.
Sure. Did they all have foreign brides? What? They all
Yeah.
have mail order brides.
She apologized today
Groupon.
after sustaining backlash for a now deleted Instagram post touting her wealth and her subsequent reply belittling a commenter. I apologize for my post on social media yesterday, as well as my response. It was inappropriate and highly insensitive, she said in a statement made by her publicist. I love that.
Atta girl.
She can't even be bothered to fucking apologize. So Monday's post began with a glamorous photo of Linton stepping off an official government plane on a trip to Kentucky with her husband, who was there to discuss tax reform with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and visit Fort Knox. Dressed in all white and carrying a handbag and silk scarf. Oh, Scottish. I'm sorry. I knew it was an S country. The Scottish-born actress and producer, that's him, tagged a series of luxury designers, including Hermes. Did I say it?
Sure.
Roland Mouret, I don't know, Tom Ford and Valentino. Great hashtag day trip to hashtag Kentucky, hashtag nicest, hashtag people, hashtag beautiful, hashtag countryside, hashtag USA, she wrote. And then she got a little overboard and started hashtagging like the designers. And so she got something from Jen Miller, who I wonder if it's the Jen Miller that we know. That'd make it funny. Did you think? And so the woman says something about where the
This is the image of her walking off the plane. For those of you that haven't seen it or just don't watch news.
So one
at
of
all.
the Instagram comments from Jenny Miller 29 said, "Glad we could pay for your little getaway." Hashtag deplorable.
That's what it was.
The next comment in the thread is from Ralph Hale, and it says, "I'm a 40-year-old black man who's so glad to have class back in the executive branch, blah, blah, blah. Make America great. Wonderful. Supporter." So then Louise Linton replies back to Jenny Miller, "Cute. Aw, did you think this was a personal trip? Adorable. Did you think the U.S. government paid for our honeymoon or our personal travel? LOL. Have you given more to the economy than me and my husband, either as an individual earner in taxes or in self-sacrifice toward your country? I'm pretty sure we paid more taxes toward our day, quote, trip than you did. Pretty sure the amount we sacrifice per year is a lot more than you'd be willing to sacrifice if the choice was yours. Strong arm emoji, winky kiss emoji. You're adorably out of touch. Thanks for the passive-aggressive nasty comment. Your kids look very cute. Your life looks cute. I know you're mad, but deep down you're really nice, and so am I. Sending me passive-aggressive Instagram comments isn't going to make life feel better. Maybe a nice massage." Message.
Message. Wow.
Ah, damn it.
Wow, it would have been really
Or a
cunty to
nice
say massage.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Maybe a nice message, one filled with wisdom and humanity, would get more traction. Have a pleasant evening. Go chill out and watch the Game of Thrones. It's fab.
Just a cunt.
What a dick.
So luckily, everyone decided to tear her apart today and be like, bitch, nah.
Nah.
As Rosa Parks taught us.
Nah.
Right.
That's not happening. So you should be happy to know that in the end of the story, after her assistant apologized for her because she can't be bothered, she and her husband are reimbursing the government for the cost of the flight.
Oh, good.
She also made her Twitter or Instagram private immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. Yeah. So if you weren't already following
and
her,
she's
you're
like
not-
some
don't have a
C-list
chance.
actress whose credit I was like, I don't know. She was like third tree from the right in like 3 movies.
And
barely
I've
paid
seen
attention
Mnuchin.
to.
I'm thinking she's just with him for the money.
Oh.
No, but he's a movie producer too, so she's in it for
Again, still.
Yeah.
Right, but with a less noble cause. I just wanted to make sure you knew. So I mean,
If I suck his dick, I can get money and in a movie.
just casting director sofa trash. You know what I mean?
Oh, got it. I liked it so much I,
I hope
bought
she's
the
a listener.
sofa.
Hope she's a listener and starts a fight with me because she doesn't like passive aggressive. So I went with just aggressive.
Full aggressive.
Quite aggressive, yeah.
I like that.
I
I like
like
that.
aggressive.
So I drove a different route.
There's that.
I like it.
This is the guy with the pretty mouth I was talking about last
I
week.
wondered. I saw him either that night or the next night, and I'm like, I wonder if that's who he's talking about. And that's the pretty mouth?
Yeah. It's lovely.
Oh, okay.
Pink lips. Not on this TV.
I said it
We're
wasn't.
apparently talking about John Meacham. Was that his
He
name?
looks like a
right.
scarecrow on your TV.
The other thing, okay, not often do we get the background of whatever city that the people are speaking from. We don't get Phoenix very often on the
I
news.
want him to duck.
So I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about the pictures that they were posting today with when Greg Stanton was doing different interviews. When they have Phoenix behind him, whoever photoshopped that shit together has all the buildings fucked up because the buildings that they have, they're not near each other. And it makes me really question the validity of any of these pictures that show. Like, I think that one's right because it literally is just a screenshot of a land or a cityscape. But the one for Phoenix, they had like
Miro.
the old Dial building was close to the city hall.
Yeah, but I think they
and
probably wanted
the
to
Wells
just get
Fargo.
all the
Right. I wish they
here's
would have.
this building,
I would have
that
preferred
building.
them take a little bit further out shot of the actual because we have a skyline. It's not.
Right.
I mean, it's not Manhattan.
Well, there are kind of two skylines.
right.
really.
Right. There's the
Yeah.
financial district. There's downtown and there's uptown.
There now, I want to say on this, I'm going to interrupt your interrupting of someone else's stray. I feel like I don't know.
Oh,
I've
interrupting
lost
yours.
track. So there is this picture that hangs in the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. Still the best named airport in the world. I love the name Sky Harbor. So futuristic. But there's this picture of downtown Phoenix, and I'm like, no, that's not how the downtown buildings look. And I protested for many a moon. And then one day I just happened to be up north, like coming down the 51 in the old Dreamy Draw.
Oh, sure.
And all of a sudden from the north with just a slight east-west
Oh.
look, the buildings don't look the same because they're not going from left to right. They go top to bottom. So things that
Right.
shouldn't be next to each other are suddenly next
Kind
to
of
each
look
other.
next to each other.
They look right next to each other.
And I drive down that way every day.
And it
Yeah.
was one of those things where I'm like, oh, that's that photo. And of course, this would be the scenic spot to take it from, where the UFO crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden,
Where my
star,
cell phone
the more
doesn't
you know.
work.
The more you know. So there are,
Like this is for those of you watching. This is an actual. That's a picture of the Phoenix skyline. This is probably a couple years old, but to the extreme right of that picture is City Hall, and then you've got the Wells Fargo building and the U.S. Bank building. The tallest building in the center, well, off to the left, that was formerly the Bank One building.
now it's Chase.
Now it's Chase,
And
right?
the shorter building that's just to the right of it has the
The disc on top.
disc on
That's
top.
the Hilton.
Yep.
No,
with
the Hyatt.
the
Or Hyatt, I'm
Hyatt.
sorry, Hyatt.
Hyatt with the rotating
The,
restaurant.
the Compass
That
Room
makes
restaurant.
me laugh when people get sick up there.
I don't understand that.
It's not moving.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
get
know.
Well, first off, there's a Skyline I think it's a Skyline Tower in Niagara Falls that has a moving restaurant, and I went up there with one of the worst hangovers of my life, and Mama was holding on to things. But
There's that.
this one's not looking down over a waterfall and like moving water. You know what I
There's
mean?
that.
There's a couple less moving parts.
Oh, heaven's sakes. Well, we got two things coming up with Kat Carlson in the next hour. So we'll do that. We'll be back. It's Q Talk America.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
Educates, syncopates, radio communicates, radio, the sound of year-round pleasure.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Holy crap, look at this. Hour 3 right on time.
Weird.
I don't know how we do. You know, I've noticed since the new format has come into play, our segments are timed
timely.
much better. I don't know how we managed to do it, but here we are.
Because we worked the time around our segments.
Well, somehow we do that. It's the show. It's on Q Talk America. It is a Tuesday night. This is show 313. It's the 22nd of August, right here in the heart of Q Talk country. We're in Phoenix, Arizona. We're right now. Apparently, the downtown streets look like, was it Nairobi, they said? Got it. We're watching MSNBC Live right here in the studio because we were concerned about what was going to happen in our fair city as the 45 dumpster fire was here to give a speech, and we're not really sure. We'll figure out once we get off the air exactly how this all turned out, but hey, that's what we do here. It's Q Talk America. The show continues. Guess what's coming up now, kids? It's your favorite segment with the white lady that screams. It's Entertainment with Al Perkins.
I have a movie review that's not really about the movie. We have news about Stranger Things, Dear Evan Hansen replacements, a review for listeners in the Los Angeles area about the opening of the Hamilton. Difficult People is back, a trailer for a movie that scared me so bad I'm reconsidering whether or not I'm going to a horror movie. And then kind of a little favorite things thing.
Well, there's that. Entertainment, Al Perkins.
Will there be raindrops on roses?
Whiskers on kittens, we can't even say.
Whiskers on kittens. Go ahead, Alfie. Do your thing.
All right, so we begin with a little bit of a movie review. So last week on the bicycle tour to Phoenix, I went and saw The War of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I'm enjoying the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Might be a quadrilogy. I don't even know if that's a word. But I've been enjoying them. The second one was kind of dumpy. Didn't really care for it. But, you know, you can't all be perfect. We're happy with that.
We all have that sister.
But this third one, and I don't remember if the first two were, but Michael Giacchino, if you are not familiar with him, is just one of my favorite composers. And I have to tell you that sometimes I usually pay attention through the credits because I want to know what's coming up. But somehow either they played the credits at the end or I was like looking down, fixing my dress or something, that I missed who did the music. But midway through The War of the Planet of the Apes, like there was just this moment that was just told with a nice little piano thing playing, and I'm like, oh, I think we're enjoying a Michael Giacchino score. Just beautiful. And the music for this movie, and I cannot wait because I'm gonna buy the music from it, was just lovely. Like the movie, don't like the movie, don't care about apes, love apes. Don't really give a shit.
Harem.
But
So you're saying the apes are like insignificant?
Right,
to
the star of
movie?
the show
no.
is the soundtrack.
no,
It's like they're
I
from
really
from
enjoyed the movie.
Cincinnati or
Yeah,
something,
exactly.
you know.
I enjoyed the movie, but I really don't want to get a discussion with someone who didn't because I don't really give a shit. But
Fair
I
point.
have to say the music was just lovely. And so last night I got canceled from work because the census is down, so we can have a night off if you'd like it. So I took it. And I wanted to watch the the premiere of Lost one more time, just because he did the music for Lost and he won an Oscar for the movie from Up. And if you've ever seen Up, that beautiful opening scene that has no words to it, it's all told with that beautiful.
Oh, that's that guy?
That's Michael Giacchino,
Okay.
and his music is just lovely.
All right.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And so I watched Lost again, and I was still like, what's that fucker's name that does all the Steven Spielberg movies?
John
that I can't
Williams.
say?
John Williams.
If he could just watch 5 minutes of a Michael Giacchino thing and like, you don't have to kick us in the head.
Oh.
Like, I get it. That's part sad. Ooh, a plane is crashing. You honestly don't have to. Dun, dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun,
like, oh. But one of my favorites. And I have to say, the other movie that I saw, oh no, I can't remember. There was something else. Oh, the soundtrack to the score to Dunkirk. The Zimmer fell. I think it's Zimmer. I think Hans Zimmer did that one.
Okay.
And I get it. People feel the same way about him as I do about John Williams. That score with a ticking watch to let you know you've got this going on, to let you know that there's a countdown to like when it all ends, like how long you have to like the plane gets there till the bullets hit. Like there's this, and it really is the director's watch. The I think it's Hans Zimmer that did it. He recorded the watch to get that ticking noise. And when that ended, you just went, oh, thank God that fucking thing ended. Like
Wow.
that ticking clock just keeps you, and it's so subliminal that you don't know it till it stops. That you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
So there you go. Stranger Things has been renewed for a third season before the second season even airs. They're saying there's possibly a fourth, and that will be the end for the twin brothers, or brothers. I don't know if they're twins. For the brothers that are writing and directing this. So we'll go right to the next thing because the DNA of Stranger Things is really just it. Like,
Sure.
say what you want to, but it's just it. Fast forwarded and you replace a clown with some scary fucking thing that lives in the underworld. But Stranger Things is pretty
You're
much
right.
just it. So if you have been in a movie theater lately and seen something that wasn't like an independent film or something foreign, then you have seen that motherfucking trailer for it. We all float down here. Oh, my sweet baby Jesus.
Nope.
I just look away.
Super nope.
I honestly, I can't see it. I cannot watch
I
it.
saw it on YouTube at some point this week and was like,
I'll go see it
nope,
with you.
Okay.
nope.
All right,
You-
we're going.
really?
Nobody,
Yeah.
nope.
I'm going to see it.
No.
I'll shit myself. I'll go
I
to
saw a
friends.
movie 2 nights
Okay.
ago, and that
Yeah.
trailer was there. No, we're done.
Yeah, no, I'd be okay with that.
I
I mean, I'll scream like a little bitch.
honestly, I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
And, you know, my niece is doing makeup for movies now. She's doing
Oh, okay.
makeup and hair for TV shows and movies now. She's
love
got
it.
an IMDb page.
Oh,
That's awesome.
So she's interested in doing, like, prosthetics makeup.
Mm-hmm.
This is the little girl who got scared of thunder in a movie, and we had to leave because thunder hit in a movie. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
seriously, it wasn't
Thunder
the lightning,
is
it was the
scary.
fucking thunder.
because you weren't her Thunder Buddy.
Right.
You should have been.
It sounds wrong. I don't know where that's going.
Everybody knows what a
but
Thunder Buddy is.
I don't want to end up in some kind of Lannister
Is
bullshit.
it like a Thundercats?
No, you're Thunder Buddy. Don't you know what that is?
I feel like I should.
I feel like I've
feel like it's
seen a
from a TV
device
show.
called a
It
Thunder
is. It's,
something.
it's little kids who get scared. They have Thunder Buddies, so they've got somebody to hang on to when the lightning and thunder.
That's right. We did a whole show. We did a show on that.
Oh my
yeah.
God! How do I remember that and you don't? It's so important
I
and
don't
crucial
know.
to the livelihood
I-
of children.
Hey, you want a chicken finger?
I just because we're Thunder Buddies.
Is that Elizabeth Hasselbeck?
Shut up.
If someone's gassing her, then yes.
Yeah, probably.
If someone,
It really did look like.
okay, so
Oh,
that's
just
not
another
good.
blonde person off of Channel
Yeah,
12.
there you go.
So
You're fucking killing me with that.
good times. So I gotta tell you, that trailer for it. If you have you
No.
seen it, that bullshit.
I saw part of it and turned it the fuck off.
So my niece and she's like, I want to see that. I'm like, I kind of want to see it. What are you gonna do there? Like I had serious nightmares and one wide awake mare. Because I was home in New York and I was walking by this house that I was always kind of afraid of as a little kid.
Oh.
And for the first time ever, I swear to God, in 50 years of living, the front door to that house has never been open. They always have the curtains open, but that door, and it looked just like the Myers house from Halloween, where you like looked in the door right at the stairs, and there was this guy standing in silhouette, and I was walking my sister's dog at night, and I'm like, I had to run. There'll be some kind of
So
high-pitched translator later.
I got 2 things out of that story. One was that you ran,
Woo!
and number 2 that you
I'm
won.
counting it as exercise. I'm counting it as exercise.
It's a red letter day right there.
Chased by a monster, it's cardio.
Okay. Oh fuck!
I'm taking the steps.
What did you forget? Coffee cup.
Yeah.
There you go. We have others. I don't care.
How about filling this with water?
Delighted.
And there was a please and thank you in that too.
I figured it was
Done.
implied.
Okay, so we'll get to that because the other story's for her. So, on the Hulu, and god damn these motherfuckers at Hulu, I pay my $12 to be commercial free.
Absolutely.
You mother rotten fuckers. You Trump supporting sons of bitches.
What have they done?
They release difficult people, but you know what these motherfuckers do? They release it like 2 episodes a week. Mama signed up for binge TV. She got a night off from work. She got her finger on the button.
Yeah.
You play those 10 fucking episodes.
Got the finger on the
Don't you
button.
make me wait, you Nazi sympathizer
Oh.
motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
Villain.
Wow.
I know, I
have
went
you
on.
written them?
Wow.
Have you contacted customer support?
Okay,
Something.
maybe that went too far.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
Now I know why my Hulu got canceled.
maybe. Yeah.
Oh, canceled.
It might have been the point when I yelled it in the
yeah,
phone.
maybe.
Um,
Maybe.
I'm just kidding. No, I was
Oh,
because
my.
I was convinced. First off, we watched the Cat Carlson and I watched the Difficult People pilot in that pilot season, and I thought it didn't get picked up, so I was all bitter. And then 2 years later, I found out it had got picked up, and it was a series. I thought there was 3 seasons, so I sat down for one of my binge-loving TV show nights off.
There's 3 episodes.
And there was 2 seasons.
Oh.
So I actually like wrote angry letters, called people on the phone, like, why can't I get the third season? Like, it doesn't exist yet. It got renewed
We
for a
haven't
third
made
season.
it
We haven't
yet,
made it
Al.
yet. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. So that happened.
I don't know how you can be upset that somebody hasn't produced a third season of a show you
Because
like.
we need it now.
Oh, my
I
God.
thought it had already happened. So then last night, I'm like, all right, August 8th, they released it. I didn't know about this Hulu's thing of we do 1 or 2 a week and you have to wait. No, this is I paid $12 to not have to wait for
Okay.
anything.
All right.
I went all white girl on these people. It was ugly.
Okay.
And then I had to like Google it to make sure that this person on the phone was not lying to me. I didn't go as far as I did on the show, but I did come really close to calling someone a dirty white woman.
Yeah.
So difficult people's back.
Dirty whore.
And that
I feel like
show-
you're one of the difficult people at this point.
Maybe.
Yes. And this is why I identify with this show because they are, I mean, so funny.
making me feel
It's
bad.
probably improvised. I've never really heard for sure how much of it is improvised because they're such fun. Everybody on the show is such funny people. And there's times where they do take 2, take 3. Like there's the one joke that the tranny waitress makes. And they're like, take 2.
Huh.
She needs a spinoff, first of all.
First off, they have a tranny waitress who's a 9/11 conspiracy theorist.
I feel like
And
that's,
just, she's an angry white
Wait,
trans woman. Like,
I really
Oh my God. Oh my God.
just in the most hilarious and offensive way
And
possible.
Marty, she manages to find a way to yell out the R word and make you laugh afterwards. Like she finds a way to do it. She's like, "Oh wait, it's faggot. I'm allowed to say," and it's just fucking wrong on so many levels. So we
What's
got
it called
through
again?
Difficult people.
Difficult
It's Billy Eichner.
Oh,
And
got it.
Oh, yeah.
it is
I have,
so beyond the pale.
saw
And
the
you
first
think
few of those,
I
yeah.
can watch this and breathe in and out? No, that's not allowed.
Which is why they need to
Nero,
ration
I'm
it
so
out.
with
Yeah.
you.
Their lawyers told them.
That you're killing people because first you can't even take a breath. Those jokes come so fast. I mean, he can do anything. He's like Justin Timberlake without the desperate need to try and be funny.
Are you on
Just-
crack? Like
no.
what is happening over
Because
here?
that's
Not even
that's
coffee.
how fast it goes.
Oh.
That like
Got
that
it.
line comes out of her mouth at like
my
this
God.
breakneck speed that you're like, that's not even what she's talking
Sure,
about.
sure.
But she fits in an insult and a compliment to Justin Timberlake in the middle, parenthetically in the middle of a sentence. I physically can't.
That's
I
funny.
can't. So they stopped it, and I'm mad. And we had a little exchange of words on the phone with the Hulu people. We're good now.
They're an internet company. How did you find their phone number?
I don't know who I talked to. I may have just dialed a number and screamed at
Yeah,
someone.
He could have been calling American Express. He has
Right,
no idea.
exactly.
I don't mean to, I wasn't going to tell y'all, but that was me, and it was very uncomfortable. That's
Wow.
funny.
I don't like to guess at what I might have done.
I feel like a lot more of your life should be recorded, if for nothing else, just to prove to other people that this is what you do.
Yeah, that actually
Yeah,
happened.
these things happen.
She put on a whole musical with wigs in her living room for no one. And took
Will you just
and
sign
took
this
three-
document that
Yeah.
says we can put cameras up?
Cameras
Took,
in your
took
house.
3 curtain calls. No one was clapping.
No.
CBS has
Wait,
Big,
that's not normal?
CBS has
Do
Big
that?
Brother. His show would be Big Sister.
Yeah.
And it's a one white woman show.
Exactly. It's
Big Alfie's Playhouse.
exactly. Not a lot of characters.
No, a lot of wigs.
Right. Okay. So
Can't go wrong.
So that's a wig.
Yeah.
Following the August 15th news that Ben Platt will end his Tony-winning run in the original musical on November 19th, many wondered who would next don the titles.
Oh, did they announce?
Arm cast. Yes, they did.
Oh.
Tony-winning producer Stacey Mindich announced the next 2 replacements on Tuesday. The Real O'Neill's Noah Galvin will be first,
Oh.
and Hello Dolly's Taylor Trench.
Don't even know who he is.
He was in Hello Dolly.
Noah Galvin is adorable.
He is. Evan is such a complex and rewarding role. I can't wait to see what Noah and Taylor how they make it their own. Said Michael Greif, the director. Nothing excites me more than working with young talent, and both men are incredibly skilled and surprising performers. Now, what I wonder about this is they're saying that Galvin, Noah Galvin, will step in first,
Okay.
and he will run. They're not saying how long.
Is that the one in your pictures that's on the left?
No, this is the guy from Hello Dolly. This is the one that's playing.
He looks older.
I think he might be middle 20s,
Okay.
but he's
Taylor Trench is 28.
28.
Right, he looks older than that.
But
actually,
he's
yeah.
playing. He's already playing a younger because he's not playing Barnaby. He's playing Cornelius. Wait, I don't know which one's which. I don't know. He's playing the younger of Barnaby and Cornelius in
Barnaby is younger.
Barnaby is younger. Yeah, the little cute one. So he is going to go once he leaves Dolly, he'll go right into his next big hit. So it sounds like
Next big hit.
well, no, I mean he's going from he's going from one of the hardest
Marty,
shows on Broadway
That's
to the other
That's
one.
Noah Galvin.
From
Oh,
the Real
okay.
O'Neills.
From the Real O'Neills.
So
okay.
he's probably
He's
gonna-
28.
No, he's like 22 or 23.
Okay, thank you.
Old
I'm like,
enough.
wait,
I'd like to call him old
fair
enough.
point. Fair point.
So
Adorable
this,
kid.
this
Yeah,
one
he's
from
cute.
the Real O'Neills is probably going to do the Darren Criss thing where he's going to step in till the other kid can get up on his feet and get running, because he's going from a big dancing role into like a really like he's taking on something difficult.
Okay.
So they're probably going to use him like they use Darren Criss in a couple different shows to like get you through till somebody gets here. You just hold this for a little while.
Sure.
Although Darren Criss is quite competent. I watch all of his performances on How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and he was terrific. But he was waiting for a Jonas Brother to be prepared. In case you were wondering how the end of that analogy
Did he
worked
play
out.
Finch in How to Succeed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then but he was really waiting for the Jonas Brother to come in, and it turns out they kind of misplayed it because turns out Darren Criss was bigger with theater goers than
No.
Then
no,
the Jonas Brother
than
was.
the Jonas Brother was. So the Jonas Brother didn't bring the ticket sales they were expecting. Hamilton is coming to Los Angeles, and the reviews
Is in Los Angeles.
It's in
not
Los
coming
Angeles.
to it. It's there. It's opened.
August 16th. Harrison and I are going Saturday night to see
I
it.
love it.
So I just want to read because the guy that played Burr in Chicago when I saw it, that I just raved about, and the fact that I've accidentally seen him on Broadway like 3 times, and I was already obsessed. So here is this review that talks about how good this cast is and how they really pulled something off, and these people are making it their own. A couple of the people have been on the Hamilcast that I listened to. They were interviewed early in the run, and now everyone's excited on the Hamilcast because they're going to play Angelica and Eliza, and everyone's excited that the understudies are playing the lead somewhere. But according to the Entertainment Weeklies, my Bible, everybody good. But this production, stellar as it is, belongs to its would-be villain, Aaron Burr,
Ooh.
played here by one of the finest rising voices on Broadway, Joshua Henry. The 32-year-old actor who played the role in Chicago works wonders with Burr's reticence to opine. He's no longer aggravating, but now understandable, accessible, charming, funny even, and therefore Burr's descent into inevitable mania is crafted with a wide-eyed, breathtaking terror that demands to be seen. Audiences familiar with Henry's work on Broadway could wager a long-term bet that no one will play this role better. So that's what's coming. And like I said, one of the things about seeing it in Chicago was when he did The Room Where It Happens, he went insane. Like, you watch somebody go against all of their nature. Like, you watched him find power, taste power, and just lose his mind over it. And it really was. And to do it in such a great song was just impressive. So I'm very excited. So if you're anywhere, and hopefully he stays for the tour into Phoenix. Hopefully he's going to ride this out because the tour goes...
Well, does it close in LA and then come here?
Yeah, it comes right to
Okay.
us. We get it. We get them right after. So hopefully...
How did we get so lucky?
Well, the only thing is you got to worry about who's playing him on Broadway right now. And if
Right.
they leave this guy on tour a little longer before the guy playing Burr on Broadway leaves and he takes over. Because
Fair.
this is a Tony nominee. This isn't some
Right.
slouch they found, you know what I mean, like in the sticks. This guy's a Tony nominee with multiple credits. So he's going to get to Broadway, but if he can make it to Phoenix first so we can all see him,
Well, if he can make it there,
he's going to make it anywhere.
anywhere.
I feel
believe.
like that's
Yeah,
the right
yeah.
thing to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the exciting news about that. And
When you started talking about Hamilton, I actually thought you were going a different direction at this because I thought you were talking about, and I don't recall how connected you are with him, but you know him, restaurateur, local celebritant, Mark Howard, who was just
in the room where it happened?
just there, and Gregory Treco, who is playing Burr in one of the productions. I'm not sure which one. He's
a
playing
former student, right?
former student of Mark Howard's, and they went and saw him perform. But I wasn't. That's where I thought you were going when you started that story.
Oh, let's look him up on IMDb. Tell me the student's name again.
Gregory Treco, Treco, traditional spelling.
Hold on.
Anyway, he's
Have fun with
local
that,
friend.
Jenny.
The guy in the picture, if you're watching us on video, the guy in the colorful shirt on
TRE
on the
what?
left, Treco. In the red, white, and blue shirt, that's a gentleman by the name of Mark Howard. He is a restaurateur here in Phoenix for Blisserie Bar, and you've heard us talk about Fez, which is a restaurant downtown. So he's a friend, and I just saw him post this.
Oh, so yes, he was recently on the Hamilcast because he is the he understudies Burr. Mm-hmm. So he got to see him on a night that he got
playing.
called up. Got called up to the majors.
Got it.
Yes, and he's in Taboo, and it's a really fun episode with him.
So because of that, I want you to know that I now
very
feel
fun.
I have a connection to Hamilton. I just want you to know that. That's
Yeah.
how I'm doing it.
That's fine. And
Now,
he
if
was
only
in,
we
I like
could get
it.
the mayor to introduce you to Maddow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to just
Yes.
tweet at them on a weekly basis.
Well, by proxy, a friend of mine sang a song in Memphis during Elvis Week, and he backed up Naomi Judd. So now I know Naomi Judd by proxy.
Oh, that's
Very
lovely. I always preferred Winona.
Well, I don't. It's a Judd. What the hell?
Fair point.
All right.
Of the Judds,
I'd
Winona's my
take
fave.
Ashley.
Would you?
Oh,
Totally.
Ashley's
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Absolutely.
But I think drinking is a lot more fun
Totally
with
different.
Yo Why.
I think
Oh,
it probably was.
Why
back,
not?
I think
I'll
back in
bet.
the day it probably was.
I'll bet now it probably is.
Why? Because you.
I don't think that.
she doesn't drink
A,
anymore?
I don't
Could I
think
tell you
she
about
does,
Winona,
and-
my
and
Judd's theory?
B, I
Yes.
kind of think that.
Is this like your
she's-
Reba McEntire theory?
Very similar.
Is Winona really a drag queen?
Exactly.
No. but
Raymond
I-
Burr.
Now this one doesn't have a plane crash and a drag queen, so
Oh.
it's not,
Not
as
a Patsy
good
Cline
story.
story.
So it's not as good a story
All right.
Badass
as
gonna have
what
one of
Reba
What is
McEntire's up to now.
Al Perkins' Winona theory?
So Winona has terrible stage fright and a little bit of anxiety disorder, which she's always gone on. and
Well, that
on
was
about.
part of the drinking.
You just can't go to a spa with her and not hear about the fucking thing. So,
But add a little vodka. That bitch is belting shit
oh,
out.
she's a talker.
How did you get to me?
No one else on earth.
Yeah. I don't know. Grandpa built a bridge or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck that song's called.
Tell me about
Tell me
the
about those good old days.
Tell me about the good old days, you old fucker.
She's fancy. So I read the she.
Reba.
Yeah. Well, now I'm just reading the board now.
Nope.
So
Fancy.
I swear to God, the reason that they brought that mother up on stage to do nothing but play a tambourine and spin around in a cute outfit every once in a while was because
Drink
of
your
her
juice,
stage
Shelby.
fright. And that when she got over it and got comfortable, the mother made up that she had like Hep C that got cured and like disappeared. She found a way to retire. Like she brought up an illness and everybody was like, "What's that again?" And then she miraculously went into remission the minute she left the stage and put down the tambourine. Like it was just the queerest set of events
But
as to
I
like
think that is the legitimate story. Like what you're thinking as a theory, that's really the truth.
yeah, but I think that mother was never doing anything on stage. Like she doesn't play an instrument.
She
She's-
harmonized with her sister.
Hey,
She is
tell me about the
An-
good old days.
She's the Andrew Ridgely of
to George Michael. All
the
right.
Winonas.
I
You know
got
what I
it.
mean? That bitch ain't doing nothing, and they're not sleeping together. So the only thing is,
Ew.
she's over there like passing her the mommy Valiums or something.
Drink your juice, Shelby.
And then
Just
finally,
kinda
when
handing her, you know,
when
the-
Winona
the-
felt
the
better,
junk
she's like,
juice.
"Okay, I can go. I'm going
Yeah,
shopping."
that's pretty much the whole story.
And then one day they just found another redhead and said, "Let's pretend you're our sister." Out of nowhere,
Okay.
they had Ashley.
Now maybe we're getting a little bit on the crazy side
Now
of
I
this.
think we're
Oh, look, they're going down third. They're going to get on the
Did they-
HOV lane of
Yeah,
I-10.
well, when there's
Is that the
40 of you,
motorcade leaving?
when there's 40 of you walking, you're allowed to use the HOV lane.
Yeah.
I wonder how they can afford all
So
those cars.
I thought you were going to say that Winona was actually a man. That's where I thought you were going with this.
Oh no!
I thought there was
It's
going to be a
Scott
drag
Tickler.
queen.
we
I
went to
just thought
this.
it's
I
Scott
told you there
Tickler.
was no drag queens or
Okay.
plane
But your
crashes.
Reba theory is still that she's dead.
Oh, she died in 1991.
She died, and all of the
Stop.
incarnations you see are men lip syncing.
Oh man.
And same
Same.
man.
But well, no, because she's everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm thinking she had a great TV series. Her Reba series was
And
great.
she's
Funny.
like, there's not one episode of that show that I don't go, drag queen, drag queen. I have never seen her
Out
and
of that
thought,
show, the one who plays the wife of her ex-husband is the drag queen.
Yeah, sure,
Jean Ann or Janine, whatever her name is.
whatever.
Yeah, I totally.
And I
agree
mean,
with
get your
you,
hate
Clayton.
mail started now. Type your letters, dear sir, ma'am.
Well, you know
but
that
I
that'll
have
just
never,
be Jacob Drywiler.
I
He'll
have
be
never
here.
looked at a picture of Reba since 1991 and thought, well, that was born a woman.
Oh boy.
Again, dear sir,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah.
That's
By
fair.
the way, my fat ass is just gonna have
That's
some more
fair.
cake.
Please
I'm
do.
Tina Feying the shit out of this
Get
right
it.
now.
Is it helping?
I would.
Uh-huh.
Because the Al's conspiracy theories make you eat.
Because that's not helping me at all.
Okay,
That's exactly what I expected, honestly.
I have a question. So is that?
So what are they doing? They're going to attack the Herberger sign?
I just can't
No,
figure out what's
they're-
happening.
They're honestly, the police are probably just going to chase the protesters around until they give up and go home at this point.
Yeah, but it looked like they just kept walking at nobody except a big dump truck.
That's, I mean, this is a bad camera shot. So what we're watching
this
is
is
a
somebody on
police
Twitter.
stand up with a sign. But I don't know. I hope it's
Listen, those statues are intimidating.
I know.
They're all naked and dancy.
That's a
and
good call.
Exactly. It's still a bad shot. All right.
No, so it's gonna be the dregs of the protest. It's gonna be the people that were
Right.
willing to and happy to engage.
You're right.
This, you know what I mean? Like the images that you'll see post rally of Phoenix and all the smoke and all the police. Those are not, I don't think, representative of the overall protest. I think those are the people that were willing to stay and fight and be tear gassed and be arrested
And wanted to get the attention.
And
from
those
it.
people are needed in a protest too. Like those people,
Yeah.
Or they're
are
filming.
No, but that's what I
They're
mean. Wanted
filming
to
a
get
movie.
the attention
right.
from it.
Those
you
people
know,
are
so.
absolutely necessary in a protest. The ones that are willing to get arrested.
Are you done with your segment, your entertainment?
Yeah,
Are we
I
done
think
with
that's
that?
all I
I'm going to play the theme to two things, but before that, I want you to get another little taste of who Noah Galvin is.
Hey girl, you okay?
Two things is what she brings. Two things is what she's talking about. Two things, important little things. That is what she's spouting out.
You just need two things.
That means two things.
Let's get two things clear.
And then two things about yourself.
And I've come to share with you one of two things. No, two of two things. We're sharing two things right now.
There are only two things I can't stand in this world.
Quick, grab two things you love.
It can be two things.
Only two things in the world I'm scared of.
Frazzle, two things.
Remember two things.
I believe in two things.
Guys are only after two things.
What's better, doing two things at once or just one?
Never half-ass two things. Whole ass one thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kat Carlson.
Is it Kat Carlson or is it Al Perkins some more?
I just have one little teeny tiny thing that you all interrupted me. So it's not
Oh
fault.
my God! Seriously?
So
I'm reclaiming my time.
I'm reclaiming my time. So the difficult people, that's why I don't know if it's improvised or not. But there's a really funny scene between Billy Eichner and John Cho. I think that's how you say his name. The guy from Star Trek, real hottie Asian. And they're going back and forth. And at one point, Billy Eichner just yells out, "Villain!" And you see John Cho like just not know what to do and kind of like look down and fight his way through it. And it's like, what a great thing to just yell at somebody. So that's where our drinking word comes from.
like
and I wanted to say that because of difficult people.
I like it.
Then I actually said that to the person I was talking to on the phone yesterday. I think I called Cox about a problem with Hulu.
Villain. You
Oh
scream at
my
them.
God.
Oh my God.
So that's why it's our drinking word, is because villain. Just yell it. Just it ends any argument.
Sure. Yeah.
That's fair.
But you got to make sure that they know that they're
the.
the villain and not you. Because if you're saying I'm the villain, then you kind of lost, right?
Right.
Oh my God. I'm so confused.
So today in two things,
Yeah.
I have happy entertainment things and one small complaint.
Okay.
It's kind of a big complaint, but kind of a small complaint.
Dear sir or ma'am is how you should
Dear
address
sir
your.
or ma'am. But we're going to start with the happy things because large thing. I am now 100% in love with and endorsing the Netflix download and watch later option.
Sure.
So Netflix on a mobile device, be it your, I could do it on the Surface, I could do it on my phone, I could do it on a tablet of choice, your iPad, your Amazon Kindle Fire, whatever. Anything mobile that you can install a Netflix app on, there is a wide selection of TV shows and movies that you can download to watch offline if you're, say, I don't know, at the gym and stuck on a treadmill for 30 minutes.
Right.
So my television watching has really improved.
In 30-minute increments.
In 30-minute increments, exactly. And so now I'm, number one, on the lookout for delightful 30-minute shows to watch.
Like difficult people.
Like what? That's
It's
on
not
Hulu,
yet.
though. It's on Hulu, though. They don't have the download
Villains!
option yet. Villains. But like this one that I've watched all at once in a week, it's called Atypical. Netflix has been pushing it kind of a lot. It's the show about the high schooler with autism who decides he wants a girlfriend. Hilarity ensues. Feel-good feelings ensue.
Oh.
What's that one called again?
Atypical.
Atypical?
Uh-huh. Watch it.
Should be called On the Spectrum.
It could be, but...
I'm kidding.
But then they'd be in trouble for associating with
Right.
me.
But when you're PC talking about children with various disabilities, they call regular kids. They don't want to call them regular. They call them
Typical.
typical.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
typical
right.
children.
and I love this actor.
nobody's normal.
He's
That
from
boy?
the United States of Terra. Terrific young actor.
Yeah.
Let's find his name. Keir Gilchrist. And he was in a really good horror movie last year called It Follows. I'm a big fan of the Keir Gilchrist. And I added this yesterday because I saw him as the star of anything, and I'm
Yeah.
going.
Watch him. You're gonna love it.
Because the other girl from United States of Terra won an Oscar. Like that was a loaded cast.
It really was.
Love it.
I missed that show.
Yeah, me too.
Just to interject, Chip
Yes.
is shy.
Oh,
He backspaced. And got
Oh.
We've been very confused about the chat room.
because it said no clowns, and I know for a fact that Uncle Chip hates clowns.
Oh.
Hates clowns, and Dale.
Welcome,
Yeah,
Dale.
Dale.
Or Chip.
But
or Chai.
Chip and Dale, get it?
yeah,
Chip
I
and
got
Dale?
it. It took me a minute, but I
Yeah.
got there.
Anyway, so that's hysterical because I thought, well, where did this shy person just come from? What the hell? Digress.
That has been quite the intrigue for the last hour. So
it
I'm glad
really
we
is.
solved that.
Thank
My
you.
goodness.
My God.
There's
the little
we are on
things.
sensory overload in here. I can't take in
Sorry.
any more of the things.
Minty things are happening.
Minty things.
Minty.
All right.
Go
The,
on.
the
My
other
bad.
show on Netflix, available to download and take to your treadmill with you in 30-minute increments, is Friends from College.
Oh.
So that one, number one, just got picked up for a second season. I'm very excited. Number two, Colby Smulders.
Yeah.
All day long.
Good.
But it's a great like ensemble cast kind of a thing.
And a fantastic cast.
Yeah, great cast, good storyline. It's kind of like that dark dramedy-ish genre, but a quick watch.
I kind of like that word, dramedy.
Dramedy.
I kinda
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that one.
because it's like dramatic, but kind of funny too.
When you get a laugh out of it. I think we got a Mo on the news.
Yeah.
One of many in the
all
Phoenix
of the
market.
all of the Phoenix news
God.
people are Mo's.
You could tell
as
that
it
by
turns
being
out.
at Dancing with the Bars last weekend. Holy
For
crap.
real, they were all there.
Totes adorbs.
Okay,
Okay, so
now for the complaint.
I have to second both of your nominations. The first, it's funny because I was like, where did I just hear that name? Because I just added it last night.
Do that, and you can download it on the go if you're going to be in a plane or a train or an automobile without Wi-Fi.
And not driving.
I like the trilogy of the
Can we have the night not driving? Probably not driving. Yeah, if you're going to be a passenger
There it is.
in a plane, a train, or an automobile, please download to go the Netflix things. Both of these were
Or even if you
available.
belong to AAA, you're welcome to do it.
I'm concerned for the other people.
Yeah.
Now I have a complaint.
Complaint
All right.
department, ladies
Complaint
and gentlemen.
department. Dear sir or ma'am,
Are we all in trouble?
I would have liked to be informed ahead of time.
I'm listening.
I would have liked to be informed ahead of time that the cost of getting Hamilton to our fine city was going to be the loss of the free parking at
yes.
ASU Gamage.
Yeah, we just found that out.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Light rail. Shut the
Yeah.
villains.
Yeah.
Villains.
So
Totally.
in the past, our local large theater venue
So the parking around the toilet is now.
is now all pay, and
It's a birthday cake. It's
and
a birthday cake.
you have to pay the fucking advance, or you get like total. So you have to think about this. I have season goddamn tickets.
You have to pay You have to.
Yeah.
You have to
yeah.
prepay and you have to pay per.
Ooh, we didn't know prepay.
Yeah. Well, no, they're going to charge you more if you just show up, and you're going to be limited
Right.
to the lots that you can park
Okay,
in. So if you have
okay.
a favorite place to park, you have to go buy your parking passes. The parking passes for the first two shows of the season are available for sale now. I got the email today
Okay.
and threw my phone across the
Yeah. Erin got it too, and she was pissed.
very
Wow.
Yeah.
And I really
It makes me want to Tina Fey about it.
Yeah.
This-
That's Tina Fey eligible.
This is the price I pay to get Hamilton in this city. I don't know if it was worth it. It was totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
Was it worth it?
So what are they trying to rape and pillage you for parking?
$20.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20, but
Per
But
show?
It's 5 for this lot. It's 10 for that
Oh.
one. It's 20 for that. Yes, but it's per show.
Per show.
okay. So
Wow.
it's per show. But if I'm just going to use a round number. Let's say that you've got your season ticket holder and you've got 10 shows to see. I'm just going to use a number. Do you then? They want you to prepay all shows for your ticket. So
Now I'm out $50.
so it'd be 20 by however many shows you've still got to go see, right?
No.
Okay.
It's usually 5 or 6. Because the LA season is weird that it's 7 shows. Like we saw
I feel
7.
like we're always 7.
7 seems like excessive, but I don't know. This I usually see a season and it's 5 or 6 shows. 7 seemed like that's a lot.
So
Stand by, I'll tell you. 1, 2,
for the person in the room
3,
that's never
4,
bought season tickets to
5.
anything, What do season tickets cost you?
We're 8 shows this season.
8? Wow.
Well, with the add-ons, right?
No.
Oh, no?
No, we get Fun Home, Something Rotten, The Bodyguard, Hamilton, King and I, Color Purple, The Humans, and School of Rock. That's 8.
That's a good season.
Do I get my question answered?
If you live in the Phoenix area and you haven't bought your season tickets, that's a good. That's,
yes. So if at Gamage,
how much
a season ticket for anything other than the nosebleed balcony is going to run you $450 a piece.
Okay.
Not per show, but
no,
for 8 shows.
I get it.
For all 8 shows.
Right. Per individual.
Right.
For one person
or
to
you
go.
can opt for the really poor people seats, and I paid $200 a seat.
Okay.
Which is really cheap.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, very cheap.
The problem with Gamage and the nosebleed seats is that that's for real. Gamage is way too big for a lot of shows.
Way too tall.
So there's shows that just get really swallowed up by.
I'm actually going to buy
Gamage.
like opera glasses or binoculars or something and take them from now on.
That is the problem with Gamage. There are no theaters that large. That
they're not supposed to be that large.
That show is that.
Because
when we saw
Book of Mormon, we were upstairs, literally the back row of upstairs. The second, because are there 3 balconies?
No, there's the grand tier. You were in the.
There's the floor, the mezzanine, and the balcony.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know which one we were in.
You were in the middle one, I'm sure.
I think we're in the
middle.
Was there
a balcony above you?
I believe so. Yeah, there was because the guy dropped a hat and we found it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway,
so
we were
go to the theater.
That one goes straight up.
So we're in the mezzanine, right? And I wasn't mad at that. I would have just preferred to be in the front row or front 2 rows of that, and I would have been perfectly fine.
Front row of the mezzanine is lovely seating.
Yeah, that's going to cost you what orchestra seats would like. Orchestra center is going to cost you the same
price,
mezzanine.
But I don't want to sit that close. I'd rather be able to see the show.
But because the whole world knows that mezzanine first and second row is pretty much the best seats in the house.
Okay.
That's really as good as theater gets.
Okay.
If you see a dance show, you're far enough back. You can because you're about row M usually, row N. You're somewhere in there of the orchestra, but with a better view and.
Okay.
Yeah,
and you're looking straight on it.
So again, we're looking at $400 some bucks for the season ticket, and now they're trying to hit you up for $100.
Yeah, for
parking, right?
But let me. That is the.
It's just a rant. I know it's a thing, and I know it costs them resources to man that.
But to hit you up later, though, I think that's the dick move.
It does, but in the Americas, in Nant, I need to know whether you're talking about the movie or the musical or that TV bastardization before I make recommendations about The Sound of Music.
No, TV
movie, yes. Musical,
The movie is perfection. Parking, just make your peace with parking.
I know.
Right now, today. Parking is how everyone is going to make money for the rest of time until we give up cars.
That's true.
That's all that's left to make money on. Restaurants fail. There's no more Amazon and those fuckers at what's that place called? Sam's Club have taken over the world. You're not going to shop anywhere. Yeah. The only place you're going to make money now is in parking. Yeah. So just make your peace with God. Either find some way that doesn't involve a car to get to your venue or make your peace with it. Because the argument about why are we paying for parking ended like 15 years ago. Now you're just like grandma complaining that Christmas
Stop rationalizing my complaint.
Now
stop rationalizing. It's on a goddamn college campus. Those kids are paying $40,000 a year to be
and
there.
And $1 billion to park.
They can't give me one Sunday a month.
I went to ASU in 1986 and 87, and we got there in 87. The price for the shittiest lot, number 159, was a fortune in 1986. I can't even imagine what they're paying now.
10 years later, it was fucking expensive too.
Fucking 86, that was brutal. So the college students are all like, fuck you, you pay to park too, lady.
I did like one semester over there, and I'm pretty sure my parking pass was more than my classes were.
I'm pretty sure that's
all right. That's my 2 things. I'm done.
And yes, go see this.
I feel like
the movie.
The movie, yeah.
Now,
for sure.
Going back to a previous segment where Al was ranting about whether or not somebody was alive or dead.
Al was ranting?
Oh yeah, it happens. And not about. I almost said Nero. Not about Nero. Hulu. I found a picture of a couple people that I know personally, and Reba McEntire. And I just wanted to illustrate that what you're talking about. Now, so this picture. One of these 2 redhead women is Reba McEntire. The other one is Andrew Ryan, who has passed away, but was a very famous Reba McEntire impersonator. And in the middle is Frank Marino from La Cage or Divas Las Vegas, who does Joan Rivers and hosts the show. So I'm just drawing the illustration of you think she's one drag queen.
There's one of them that looks like a drag queen and one of them that looks like simply...
Which one looks like the drag queen to you?
The one on the right. The other one looks like a woman walking into Safeway. I've seen her.
Yes, because you spent half your life in bars with drag queens.
That's right. That's a good call.
That's why you've seen her.
Yeah.
So no, in the whatever that is, green dress, that is without the thick neck. That's Reba McEntire, the lady neck.
But the one that's painting her cleavage with eyeshadow ain't looking like a woman either.
And the one in the black dress, that's the man.
Oh,
It's a man, Maury.
you looking like a man.
It's a dude. It's a dude, Maury. Whatever.
That's what the lady at Safeway behind me said.
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's
right,
a man.
Jenny.
And Fancy was her name. Fuck you. There's that.
End of it.
End of that. Anything else we need to
You
touch?
know I'll bring that story up anytime I
I
can.
know you will.
Anything? Yeah, of course you will. Anything else we need to touch base on, or are we doing a thoughtful segment, or are we just done?
Don't touch me.
I need to know.
Show me on the doll.
I need to know. I need to know now.
Yeah. I got a silly, thoughtful vulgarity.
Okay.
But Marnie's taking over them next week. I'm assigning it to her.
Hooray.
Thoughtful vulgarity.
Uh-huh.
Already.
Yeah, he told me in a drunken rage over vodka and karaoke last week that he's 5 years of asking questions and he's tired.
No, that's not. The drunken rage was later. That was earlier
Right.
when I was standing in the closet reading things out loud. That was a text rage.
But I wasn't in the closet. No, you told me in person. You told me in person.
I know it's hard to tell my
And then I
rage apart.
reminded him we've got 3 books of questions sitting in front of
I
you.
think I bought 2 of them.
Probably so.
I figure with
Try
a
to help
with
you.
a teacher spouse and a
Fair
Google,
point.
and a Google alert.
I will
at
take
you're
it
ready.
over.
Yeah,
All right.
but I have one for tonight. If I think.
Good.
So he's
Fantastic.
not quite ready to release
No,
the reins
not,
of this.
not yet.
Well, no, because she can barely answer a question without warning, let alone ask one.
I've gotten better.
Yeah, that's fair though.
And by the way, as you take over the reins
Sans
of this,
alcohol.
I'm sorry, you can't have the headline that protest turns violent when Chippy's out here in a white shirt, button-down shirt, and people are on their phones.
Wait, who's
That's not violent.
Who's the other Chippy?
I don't know, this guy with the white shirt that's reporting. I
Oh,
don't
she's
know.
angry.
Oh.
Oh my God, it's what's her name? It's Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Stop it.
But they seriously need to dial that screen crawl
The
down to
Chiron?
like 3.
Well,
Yeah, Chiron.
I will thank you for Chiron. Thank you. When they call it the lower third, it drives me
Nothing
crazy.
is turning violent when
Well,
this.
we'll change channels in a minute
This
and
is
see.
post-violence, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to some other station that has different looking
he's-
anchor people,
he's
but in the
still looking
meantime,
pretty.
let's do this.
And now, Thoughtful Vulgarity, where we in the studio try to make ourselves slightly less shallow. Which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when important questions come up several hours after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? Good luck.
See you.
We're back.
We got a little distracted.
Okay.
Al, go ahead.
There's nothing thoughtful or maybe not vulgar about this either. Just what is one of your favorite things to just like see and delight in? Like when it wanders into your world, you're just like, could not be happier to just watch this go on.
Demi Lovato.
Wow.
Well, that's fair.
To watch happen? Like,
You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, like, like some people are fascinated by car chases on TV,
Sure.
and they're just delighted by it.
What,
you know what I mean?
Your answer and my answer are like so fucking polar opposite. It's really interesting because no one, zero
Is yours
of you.
cat videos? Because that was my
No,
other option.
No,
Yeah.
that would totally be. I can see that. That would totally be you.
Because Game of Thrones is on there, too. Like, a minute of Game of Thrones starts, I'm like, oh, we got popcorn, I am good.
Type cats being assholes into YouTube, and there's 3 hours of my life.
If the world was flat, cats would have knocked everything off already. I love that meme.
Okay,
Martin, your polar opposite
that's
answer?
genius.
If I'm answering this correctly, little kids when they start laughing.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
When little kids just start giggling and are having the best time, I just get that just warms my heart right there. The end.
Mine is little kids being scared by thunder. I think that's fun.
Villain!
That's fair.
I like it.
And good use of the word villain.
That's good. And Nan's going to watch puppy and kitten videos, so I
Oh,
like
there you
that
go.
too. Yeah.
Mine is when I have my phone up and the Uber driver gets fucking lost trying to get to me, and watching that little toy car drive around in circles on that digital map delights the shit out of me. Oh, look, you turned the wrong way. Guess we're going to have to watch those numbers go up. But they will not make the number of minutes you're waiting go up. It just holds
Ever.
at 3 minutes from
Just
the rest
waits,
of your
yeah.
life. I love watching that little cartoon car drive around like a Mario Brothers cartoon. Am I using Mario Brothers correctly?
Kind of.
Okay, sure.
Cartoon inappropriately, Mario Brothers appropriate. Very good.
Oh my God, Nero, I love it. A fist fight between drunk friends or an actual train wreck. That's fantastic,
fair.
Nero.
That's
I just
fair.
fucking love that. That's great.
Anant says kids saying, you know what? I agree with Anant a little bit. Kids saying things that they shouldn't.
That's
Oh.
funny.
Toddlers cursing
It's
Yeah.
delightful.
is a good time. Get a 3-year-old
Yeah.
to tell somebody to fuck right off.
Yep.
It's like a fart joke.
Oh my
it's
God.
always funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always funny.
Always funny.
That's fair.
Have you given yours?
Yeah, she started.
Demi Lovato.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it was out of sequence. I
I
got
may
confused.
or may not have delayed karaoke by a good 15 minutes this week by playing a triple play of Demi Lovato videos.
Here's
at
my
Cobalt.
homage to Ms. Lovato.
Yeah,
right,
I said I know we're ready for karaoke, but wait, can we just watch this video?
Wait.
Can we just? And I
Right.
literally like sat in the bar like my chin in my hands and just watched.
My chin in my hands.
Just watched. She seems nice
Um,
and smart.
Yeah, it's smart.
One of the videos that I get cracked up about, and usually they've been doing him in a montage. It's the guy he calls himself Bat Dad.
I
he's-
fucking love Bat Dad.
His wife is
Oh,
named
yes.
Jen, and he's
Jen
scared.
hates him.
He scares it, but the kids are what crack me up. He's like, "Did you put your seatbelt on?" The kid in the back's like, "No." Like they're hilarious. I get a very big kick out of watching the Bat
Yeah.
Dad videos. Or
The boy's name is Ben, and the girl's name. I know too much about these.
yes, yes, but they're hilarious because he holds
I'm
the
feeling like
phone.
they have a cat.
He holds the phone just so
don't.
that you see his little Batman mask on, and he yells. He sneaks in a room when like his wife is folding clothes, and he'll do the camera and he goes, "Jen!" and she just jumps. God,
Don't forget to use fabric
fabric
softener.
softener.
Ooh, Jenny, I like that.
And the one where
like that.
he's got the little boy Ben who's outside, and he's got some huge trash can, some big black trash can, and the air caught it, and it just blowing all over the road. And he's like, "Ben, what have you got?" He goes, "It's a big trash bag." And he goes, "Is it really?" And he goes, "It's a big black dick." The father's, oh my God, there's so many things about that that's just funny. Or when you get into watching other videos and they make little memes out of them, and it makes me think of Al before Al got to where he liked rosé, you know, Al would take a sip of something and it'd be like this.
That's it. We used to call that the city light shutter.
Funny.
Play that one more time. The gay bar that I grew up in.
Oh.
This is what your first drink would be like. They're like, "Woo, that is
Oh, yeah.
strong, bitch."
That cracks me
Oh,
up every
that's
time I watch
funny.
it. This
My
is-
next comment was not going to be appropriate while a little child was sucking on a straw. So I'm going to maybe
Let's not do
add a
that.
delay.
Let's not do that. Wait,
1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000.
I was going to put out anyways. You didn't make the drink that strong.
Oh.
Did somebody in the chat room say watching people eat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And follow-up question:
And
is
it's
that
called
why you watch this
mukbang.
show?
Yeah.
It's called mukbang.
Yeah, I could. Huh?
Mukbang. I don't know.
I-
That's what Anant said.
What is mukbang?
Mukbang. Good mukbang
It's
show.
watch people eat videos.
Yeah.
That's what he says it means.
Oh.
So
Mukbang.
I have listened back
I'm
to this
probably
show to
mispronouncing the
find
shit
out,
out
like,
of
if you
that,
can
but-
hear me chewing on the nuts through the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
fucking show
Hey-
and how annoying
hey,
it is.
Anant.
You really don't
You
hear
really
it.
can't.
Hey,
You really-
Anant. Mukbang.
Yeah. But the one thing that's
bet that's not
apparent
what it
is
means
that
at all.
I'm addicted
Not
to
at
corn
all.
nuts because for the first hour I'm just
Shoveling
shoveling
them in.
corn nuts
Yeah.
into my face. It's like they just released me from prison. And I had
What did you miss most while you were locked up? Corn nuts.
Food! I needed food! No one feeds me!
Oh, boy.
Aaron, I'm with you. I get sucked into those Dipley articles all the time, like the 10 most this. And
Oh,
Yeah.
please, if you put it in a list, I'm
Right.
so there. And especially if it's the 10 best ghost stories or the
Yep.
10 scariest videos you've ever watched. You know I got my popcorn.
yeah, 15 best pictures of Demi Lovato.
Oh, for God's sake. You're dumb.
Wow.
The 10 best places where we all float down here.
That's not funny.
No,
You're
not funny.
fired.
Mike Watkus, he's 80 years old and he's still a reporter, for crying in a bucket. Come on, Mike Watkus.
We saw him at
Check your 401k. You might
All
be
right.
able to retire today.
Now we're just screaming at the TV.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody say goodbye.
Now we've turned into those old
It's
women.
appropriate. That's what he does every night at home.
No,
I know, but we
call
don't.
people.
We don't usually broadcast it to tens of people.
Yeah.
I call Cox Cable to complain about Hulu's service.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wait, where's my, hang on.
All of you.
I just realized I did something wrong. Oh, that's what I needed. Whew, wrong thing. I almost played the wrong thing and put us into hour 4.
Okay.
The world's not ready.
I would say rue that day, but we do it all the time.
Yeah,
do all
we
the
actually
The
do,
world
yeah.
is not ready.
Oh, good call, Annette.
Oh, my
that.
heavens.
I
Well,
love
we 4 have made it out alive from 45's visit. I got a microwave. I'll take that. I got ranch dressing, too. Anywho, we've managed to make it through this show with our safety and integrity mostly intact.
Integrity?
Sure, we had some.
I mean, if we had some to start with.
Marnie Ryer's going to still be here next week eating that fucking cake because I'm not going into a sugar coma for that. I'm telling you that right now.
It's real good.
Think of it as a sugar challenge.
Oh, challenge not accepted. Heaven's sakes alive. Well, hopefully something exciting will happen in the next week that we can obsess over, talk about, or share with you. But as we wrap up tonight's show, what we're going to do is leave you with a parting thought. We will see you next Tuesday!